Few more years? Aw, dang, I just went live.
Ah, what a
Rip.
shame.
Damn,
Oh well.
well, guess our years are gonna have to wait.
Is the stream made out of denim?
I don't go live. I go undead.
The dream?
I was like, the dream. Life could be a dream.
Life could be a dream.
Shoo boo doo
Do-do-do-do-do,
boo
the
doo.
pants. But
Life
hello.
could be a dream.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos.
Cosmos.
Yes!
Yackers, yackers.
We hope
Yes,
you're
Waka
Kazador.
waka.
very excited. Because we are going to be going into some unknown territory here. But before we get into the meat of the session, let's go around the horn and introduce our players. Starting with TheropodArt.
Yeah, I'll take you to a paradise up above. Shaboom. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream. Shaboom. Da-ba-da. Anyway, hi, hello, it's me. I love that song. Hi, hello, it's me, your boy, TheropodArt. When I'm not doing shitty karaoke, you can find me over on Blue Sky, Tumblr, for Affinity, all TheropodArt, Lizard Fun Bags if you want to see the naughty stuff. Commissions are closed at the moment. Streams are touch and go because adulting's a bitch, and like sometimes things come up and it's like, oh, the dog's about to explode. I gotta rush them to the vet. Yeah. That's me. If you like this stuff, Tuesdays, Vecna, Eve of Ruin. When it's not canceled last minute. I'm looking at you. You know what you fucking did. Anyway, hi.
I'm
hello.
so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cancel. I know. I'm so sorry.
I'm not talking about you.
I know. That was the joke.
I see.
I'm not in that game.
At least you did
Any-
it secretly in every session.
Mhm. But yeah, that's me.
Just
That's
think
what
of
I got
whispering.
going on.
Excellent. Up next, we've got XanillisGrimm.
Hey, that's me. You can find me when I so choose, I suppose. Gods, what am I up to? Everything's like back to normal, but there's still cancellations. I think we're on tomorrow, right? For Gateway?
Should be.
I almost said
I'm
Gateway.
aware.
Oh my goodness.
We're so
It's the
fucking
brain rot is
Janeway!
But yeah, you can find me twitch.tv/TheUnexpectables tomorrow at 6 p.m. PST for some more Gateway. Then Monday, twitch.tv/DistortionDevil. What is wrong with me? XanillisGrimm at 7 p.m. PST for some Stalwart Souls. Yes, we're going to be back to it. Then Tuesday, twitch.tv/DistortionDevil. That's where I meant to put it. At 1 p.m. PST, as Thera mentioned, we have some more Vecna Eve of Ruin run by Connor here. Then Thursday, twitch.tv/MontyClue. 7 p.m. PST, Dungeon of the Mad Mage. We are ridiculously high level. We are on the final floor of the Mad Mage. If you want to see what's going on, check that out. That's me.
Janeway.
Excellent.
Stalwart York.
Janeway.
Can't wait for you to fight Hallister Gene Cloak.
Y'all can't figure out why the background's not working.
But yes, up next we've got Saris.
Hi, hello. You can find me all over the internet at Tixdixl. In terms of streams, you can find me over at Burnout Vaughn's channel tomorrow for some more No Love War Extra. We are continuing on our dispatch game. I believe we have 2 episodes left. Good stuff. Very excited. And then, unless I'm mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, we're going to be over at The Amusing Thalia's channel, or Leah's channel, on Monday for some more Nier. We get to fight spooky stuff. Jazz hands. That's all I got going on until we get back here with more Kazadors. So that's me.
Excellent. Up next we've got the Citric King.
Hi there, I'm Citric. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Citric King, everywhere being mostly stuff like Blue Sky, then Instagram, Tumblr, and Twitter if you want to see the deadest of accounts. Not much going on my end. We just wrapped up our Final Fantasy theme D&D mini campaign, and other than that, I have a lot on my plate right now. But still always a good idea to keep an eye on whatever I'm doing on my socials. But yeah, that's going to be everything on my end, so that brings us back to Leah.
Hi, hello everyone. I am at Amusing Thalia, Leah. I am the GM here on Fridays. I also am a player on Ceres's game on every other Sunday, not this Sunday, but Sundays in the future on Burnout Bond's channel and other games in the future. In regards to Monday, we should be back with it after a little bit of a break for some mental health reasons and then birthday reasons. Happy birthday, Connor. And now we are back to Nier. I've been doing some Armored Core on my own on Thursdays, so I'm hoping to maybe continue that. I've been doing a really fun challenge run. I'm going for some secret dialogue deep into New Game Plus 3. So if you want to know literally everything there is to know about Armored Core, you can come pop in on that stream. Otherwise, I'm back here on Fridays, and that's all the stuff that I'm doing. And I would not be here very clearly because this is not my channel. And you know whose channel it is? Connor McKinley.
That's right. Beard Sorcerer can have this.
Damn it! I was muted. Beard.
Beard Sorcerer can have this channel over my cold dead corpse, but as long as it continue to pay me, I will keep continuing to say that you can use code DistortionDevil to save 10% when you shop at beardsorcery.com. I've been using their products for a good long while now, and I've had no complaints. If you are after a luxurious, silky smooth, not scratchy, and smelling great facial whiskers, then head on over to Beard Sorcery, grab some of their products. Use code DistortionDevil. As well, use code DistortionDevil in... Huh?
I was gonna say, and speaking of cold dead, where do you think I should get some cold brew?
Well, you can get some cold brew, or you can get something to warm yourself up in these winter months over at bonescoffee.com. Bones Coffee Company has a lot of great varieties of coffee, including canned cold brew that you can just drink right out the can. I myself prefer to use grounds to French press my Bones coffee, but either way, it's all delicious, and you can get it all at bonescoffee.com. Use code DistortionDevil, and you can save 10% when you shop online. That money gets thrown back to me, so I can keep doing this. And we also could not do this week in, week out without support from all of you.
Like you.
Did I say hey?
Like
Man.
you. I hit the mic.
We were experiencing some technical difficulties, so give us a second.
Oh my gosh, Tixdixl, thank you for the 5 subs gifted to the community.
What?
Today's stream brought to you by Ceres.
There is.
Okay, it was nothing serious. Cat it sounded like something broke, but thankfully nothing broke.
Don't worry.
Okay.
I think Thero punching the mic covered it up.
Nice. Okay, there we go. I returned. Sorry about that. I just heard
It's all good.
in the air, and I was like, "Oh,
Oh no.
Well, with that, are we ready to get into today's episode of Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos?
Kick it!
Yes.
let's go." Doom Space. A wild sea system deep within the astral sea, its crystal sphere shattered by jealous and vengeful gods. In their wrath and in their rage, they used magic beyond what mortals are able to comprehend and consumed the very sun from this system. In its place, a all-consuming sphere of nothing. The Eye of Doom. A hole in this reality. Some say it leads to another realm, another world, another version of existence. Some say it leads to nothing. But all anyone knows is that anyone who enters does not return. You all sit, stand, and otherwise prepare aboard the Nautiloid for a perilous yet extremely clever maneuver to twist the Nautiloid using your skill and your magic and enter a small crack in reality into the river Styx from this plane. Hopefully using that as your pathway to the lowest layer of hell of Vernus, and eventually deeper in. The Nautiloid, in which all of you are aboard, drifts silently and slowly towards the Eye of Doom. One by one, called by Marine, you make your way out into the top deck to view the system, to get a visual on what it is that you all will be traversing in the very near future. And as Marine points out, the massive shattered pieces of glass in which you fly around, the various crumbling planets that are slowly being sucked into the Eye of Doom. There's one last thing that Marine points out before you all make your way into this perilous journey. And I will, you all may move yourselves onto the deck or not. It doesn't really matter for here, but Marine would look to you all and go, all right, so there's that. We're going to be heading in, and when we do decide, I can run you all through the protocol for it. It's a 3-step trip, and we're going to need all hands on deck. This is the kind of thing where there's really not too much help we can get, so I will have something for everyone to do. But until we do that, and she points out towards a stone, or at least what looks like a stone, perhaps a asteroid? No. There is a sail on it. It has what looks like trees growing out of it.
Oh.
And Marine points, that right there is a zoo craft. It's a pretty famous type of spelljammer. They're slow, but they can carry a lot of cargo. And you look really closely off of it, and you do all see 2 small shapes that are kind of attached to it. Those are a couple of other spelljammers. Looks like there's a trader over there, and it's something we could check out if you all wanted. Kind of like squints and leans. I think that's a vagabond, which is kind of weird, and an iambus, spelljammer types. So, if you want to go check that out, that is an option. Unsurprising, there are a lot of local spelljamming, peoples here. They kind of needed to turn to that after, the crystal sphere was shattered. Most of the peoples from here kind of turned to spelljamming, so not too surprising to see spelljammers out here, but it is something we could interact with. Looks at you, Kazador. It depends on your call, Commodore.
Permission to speak.
Granted.
I could use some components for spells. It's a long shot, but I could possibly find them at these places of trade?
This is probably one of the last 2 places we'll be able to stop before heading to Avernus. There's one more once we get past Styx. When we get into there, the first place it's going to lead us to is called the Plane of Infinite Portals. It's in one of the top layers of the Abyss, and it borders a small town and from the Outlands. Kind of. There's a town that's half in the Abyss and half in the Outlands. I know it as Plague Port, but I think it connects to Plague Mort. So that'll be the last place we can stop. So it's either here or there, and I'll say that. Well, Plague Port does have quite a lot of trade. It's not the kindest place.
I think we've all dealt
with that.
I think we've all
Sorry,
dealt
what was that,
with...
Well, just Rod shuffles up a bit uncomfortably at that mention.
Yeah. Figured. Go ahead, Connor.
I think we've all dealt with uncomfortable places in the past. Kazador thinks back to his past adventures. I think it's worth it for us to be supplied and really, really ready for this.
Makes sense. So do you want to go to the Spelljammer first?
I think we should.
All right. At your call. And Marine makes her way up to the top deck and kind of guides Ina and Nat through the process of leading the Nautiloid, which slowly begins to drift over towards there. And as you get closer, you all can see the 2 ships the 3 technically, that were pointed out by Marine. The large one that looks like really just a floating asteroid with like a flat top, has like trees and stuff growing off it, and you can see in and amongst the trees there's a building like in the center of it. And off the front of it there are several docks where 2 Spelljammers are currently parked and docked, and there seems to be like a bustle a little bit going on there. As you get closer, the 2 Spelljammers that you make out are, one kind of looks like a large metal penguin, for lack of a better term. It is pretty sleek, and it is definitely simplified at the same time, but it is pretty unequivocally, especially those of you who've been to Icewind Dale, a penguin that is just a like large metal penguin that's just parked at one of these docks. And the other one is a pretty interesting looking craft. It kind of looks like if you were to attach a boat to a loop, and it has a bunch of different staining done on it to give it almost a rainbow color to it. It is rather gorgeous, and while it isn't stained glass in the traditional sense, it is painted glass on the windows and stuff to give it a very colorful, lively appearance. And as you drift closer, you do slowly begin to hear music sort of echoing and ringing. There is the bustle of people there. You see 2 kind of main groups that are kind of bustling around the docks, and then a smattering of a 3rd group. There is a group that are in kind of like robes, etc., and they're all various colors, and they're quite short. And when one of them pulls back one of the robes and is talking to what looks like a dark-skinned humanoid individual, you see these little robed individuals are little penguin people.
Oh my god.
I will post a little picture of them because they're so cute.
God.
And we're close enough to see not only the ships but the people on them.
Yeah, as you drift closer, it would have been like a little bit of time as you're drifting closer, but eventually, yeah, you do drift to the point where you can see the people on them. Not on the actual penguin ship. On the loot ship, it does have an open top deck where you see people milling about, and then on the asteroid ship called the Zoocraft, people are just walking about on the shore or on the ground, for lack of a better term. And yeah, it seems to be like a market almost, like a trade. Like there are very clearly trade happening here between these three groups. The second group of individuals who are kind of humanoid as far as you can tell, dark-skinned, all dressed in very colorful clothing. They seem to be residents of the sort of loot-shaped ship. And then the third group are tall, lanky, blue-skinned individuals with sleek white and silver attire. And they likely seem to be the residents of the large Zoocraft and seem to be almost mediating between the other two groups. And you see these individuals.
Let's see.
Maureen, do we need permission to dock or to call out our presence, or do we simply go?
Normally, yes, but those are arcane. They're a type of... it looks at you, and without a check, you know what arcane are, Xoruk. They are a very famous spelljamming, astral seafaring race. They are actually one of the primary creators of spelljamming helms. They are one of the primary architects of spelljammers in general, and have established a very, very firm foothold as traders to basically anyone in regards to spelljamming, both equipment, materials, ships themselves, and the hardest thing to get in a spelljammer, the helm and the navigation, the planar drive. They are the people who make them, these kind of famous mystical artifacts. Arcane are willing to trade with anyone, so we can just dock, I assume, at their Zoocraft.
Kazador, do you want us to join, to separate on the vessel, or this away team, in groups or on our own?
I don't like any of us being on our own for this. I think if we're going to split up, we should go in pairs or...
Do you have you in mind? We have 3 people, individuals, with either bounties or warrants against them.
Precisely. I think personally we should all stick together as a group, but if we can get more ground covered more quickly, we are now being actively pursued. I think it's best we split the difference. So if we're going in different directions, let's pair off.
Xoruk will place his hand onto the ship's walls. Anyone wishing to go ashore from the vessel, meet with the away team. The nearest dockport. We're soon to arrive.
As you all gather out there, the only individual that seems to meet you all is, relatively unsurprisingly, Esmeralda, who equipment at the ready looks over. Oh, good. I will be covering you, Alibaster. I want to make sure nothing happens to you while we're traveling through.
It's greatly appreciated. Thank you. If you don't mind me asking, Kazador, what exactly is it we are seeking, if anything? What is our objective here?
I need a component for a spell. A powerful spell.
Where we travel, we are not likely to find places of port, safe harbor, or trade. It might be wise to stock up on rations, water, and whatever else we need.
Marine will pipe up. I can cover the basic materials. As you get kind of drifting closer, the people in the colorful ship, they're called Aparusa. They're basically space traders. They get a bad reputation from the arcane, but that's just because they offer better prices and better goods. So take from that what you will. I have a pretty good relationship with a lot of the Appaloosa, so I'll go negotiate for basic equipment, so y'all don't have to worry about that.
This is also a good place to gather some information. Many of us don't know what we're heading into in there, and people who have been out and about in the astral sea, especially around this place, they're more than like to have more knowledge than we do about what we're heading into. Maybe even drop some names. Helpful. Lord knows devils are protective of their name.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Let's see what's out there.
Before we split up,
We're not splitting up.
Oh, right. Well, before we head out, then
And you'd actually see Hakka be a bit sheepish and kind of poke his index fingers together.
I don't think I can afford the component. I'm a little low on funds.
How much is it?
It's 1,000 gold, and I only have 436.
Kazador rummages around in his gold pouch. He closes it, opens it again. Is like looking to see if he misplaced more gold.
Oh no!
I don't think I can front you that much.
Xoruk will give you 1,000 gold.
Oh shit.
Hakka's jaw would go a bit slack.
Being an assassin doesn't leave much room for being poor.
Fair
At least
enough.
being a successful one.
I owe you one.
No, you don't. Make sure you use that on the crew and we're square.
Oh, trust me.
I do. Hence why I gave you the 1,000 gold.
Right. Well. So,
Where do you think in this place? And Hakka would gesture to everything.
where would we find a sacred reliquary?
Oh, fuck. Okay, so the Dowar points at the like penguin ship.
Yeah,
They are general traders. She kind of squints. That's called the Gentoo? The ship there is the Gentoo. So if you want to head to the Gentoo, they're general traders. You can find just about anything with them, but it's a crapshoot whether or not they actually have it. So they're that kind of deal. They're kind of scrap collectors. They will trade in anything. So there's a chance they have it. The Appaloosa are a tightly knit and very often religious people. There is a good chance they would have something akin to a reliquary, but they can be a little standoffish if you don't know them. So if you want to go trade with them, grab me first. Otherwise, I would recommend... the arcane, they're going to be maybe expensive. They might try to make another deal with you. Just be careful if you end up trading with the arcane. But there's a chance they have it. Probably less likely than the other two. But... shrugs. So probably your best bet is going to be Appaloosa, though you'll want me there. And then the Gentoo have a chance to, or the Dowar have a chance to have it.
I'll
Kazador-
take a chance.
Kazador looks to Marine briefly and, in a quieter tone, will... Actually, you know what? I can just cast message on her.
I'm right in front of you.
Message.
Oh, wait, no, I can't. I don't have message? What the Never mind. I'll just whisper to her.
How many cantrips do you know at this level?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I have one more from drinking a funny potion.
Okay. I think that's the proper
She'll lean towards you, so it is unheard.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure. I'm so sorry for interrupting. Pretty sure you also have the benefits from the earring, and I'm pretty sure that allows you to cast message.
It does allow you to cast message.
But does Marine have an earring?
Marine does not, but here's the thing with the earrings. The earrings, you can all communicate with each other kind of just passively with them, but they also allow you to cast message.
Fair enough.
Times a day.
Right.
So she doesn't need an earring for the message. But yes, message is cast on Marine, you say.
What are the chances that any of these groups have ties to the Plane of Order?
Oh.
Pretty unlikely, honestly. The Mercane definitely deal with the Plane of Order in that they trade with anyone. Like, anyone. Their whole thing is a good deal. But they don't like violence. So, you're honestly probably pretty safe with them as far as the bounties go, because they're not... They might sell you out and tell people you were here, but they're not gonna...
That's my main concern.
Well, that is a chance, but they're not going to take any actions themselves.
Does Marine respond out loud?
Marine would have said that in a message to them.
Got it.
Like, would have responded in message, because it was sent in message.
I'm not worried about a fight. We can survive a fight. I'm worried about the Plane of Order catching up to us faster.
She kind of strokes her chin a little bit. You could make a deal with them. They're always down to make a deal. They would be happy to deceive the Plane of Order, but they're going to want something in return. Otherwise, the Dowar and the Aparusa, there's no chance they would work with the Plane of Order. The Mercane work with anyone. So it's just a chance. Actually, she looks out and you see her scanning the zoo craft, like the big asteroid ship. Okay. I found out who they're associated with, and she points out a flag to all of you. That's kind of flying off of the large building in the center of it. And let me like that. It is pretty simple looking banner. It has what seems to be almost like a flintlock pistol crossing with a cutlass sword. They're associated with Brawl, so actually there's a pretty good chance they won't sell you out to Plane of Order. Brawl is a very lawless sort of city deep in the Astral Sea. Think of the Gnosis Cluster, but larger and more bustling. Somewhere between the Gnosis Cluster and Sigil.
Oh, wow.
There's a chance you could deal with one of the Council of Captains here, so if you want to increase your reputation around the stars, that would be a way to do so.
Realizing a mental conversation's happening, but not having the context.
That last bit would have been out loud. Like her scanning and pointing out the flag, that all would have been out loud.
Well, Captain, it is, and rather would be prudent if we left a team aboard to make sure that we don't receive any stowaways or any messages that might come towards us can be answered.
That is also true.
I'd be willing to stay behind if no one else can.
I volunteer for Volazar. I feel like he would be happy to watch the ship.
If you don't mind, I could still stay too. I don't have much reason to go down.
Very well.
I will. I do have a small personal errand I'd like to run when we're ashore. Shall we get leaving?
Well, Ina and Nat should be finishing docking us, and almost like on cue, like as they're not even like in the like perfect sense as they finish saying that, they're like should be finishing as it kind of like yeah. Honestly, not a bad first dock. I'm gonna go check on the ship really quick, and then I'll head out to the Doar. But we're docked. Feel free to head out. And she gestures before kind of jogging back towards the bridge.
It's bad luck for the captain of a vessel to be the first one to leave on the way.
That's so.
Yes.
Why is that?
If the captain is the first one to flee the ship is doomed.
Oh. Let's see. Get the sense that Kazador doesn't really take much stock in like old wives' tales or superstitions.
There's a power in belief, Captain. Most people believe that ships have a soul, a spirit. And within Spelljammers, that is not too far off from the truth. They themselves, these vessels, have seen far more than any of our lifetimes could combined. Respect them and they respect you. It might be tradition, might not be totally true, but it does matter nonetheless.
Almost in response to that, you feel, for the briefest moment, the ship mentally connect with all of you. Like there's the same sensation you get when you try to channel your consciousness through the ship, just for a briefest moment as Xoruk finishes saying that, and then it goes away.
Xoruk will open the door and leading onto the gangplank and take a singular step outside to avoid any bad luck for the captain before offering Kazador to move after.
Kazador will just look back at the Nautiloid and just with a interested expression, but he'll step off once Xoruk is made away from him.
Stepping onto the docks themselves, one by one, all of you, the sound of trade and movement quickly fill your ears, the bustling of people walking past. There is a lot of hawking and bartering going on between the two, I guess, traveling groups, the Aparusa and the Doar. They are seemingly trying to get equipment and that sort of thing from each other, and kind of standing in between a lot of these trade deals are the Mercane, the tall, lanky individuals. But pretty much the moment you all step on the dock, one of the Mercane kind of cocks its head over to you and begins to float in a flavor sense. Like, they are very lithe and smooth with their movements, despite the fact that they are walking.
Welcome to our ship. How can we... Welcome to the Stone of Broth. How can we help you?
We are welcomed. May I... He'll bow. May I introduce Commodore Kazador Rain, the HMS Homewrecker.
Well met.
You see, they
Or not
kind of...
HMS. Her Majesty's Service.
KSS.
KSS, that's it.
You see the Mercane kind of cock their head as if they are very clearly mentally communicating with someone, and then they nod their head very briefly at you. Again, with your experience with the Arcane / the Mercane, they are very prideful individuals. It would be hard-pressed to get one to bow to you. But
even so,
nonetheless,
we are guests on the ship, and he was trying to give the deference of that.
But the small nod still acknowledges the bow in return.
Commodore Rain, Admiral Kazador? A name that has come across the captain's logbook before. Which is it for our logs? Admiral or Commodore?
Commodore.
Nods. It will be updated. Your presence has been made known. Should you ever go to Brawl, the Council would be happy to entertain your presence.
I am honored.
Please, trade is welcome aboard this ship.
And you see their eyes kind of drift to the nautiloid behind you.
Quite a ship you have, indeed. Rare to see a nautiloid outside of the hands of the Illithid. The captain would be more than happy to trade for such a vessel.
Fortunately, this vessel is ours. Need its help on our journey. Not for sale.
We would not trade for nothing. We would give you a vessel bespoke made for you. But it is your ship.
With all due respect, we are looking to make light our coin and heavy our supplies.
Then I recommend trading with the visitors aboard our ship. We operate primarily on this vessel in spelljammer equipment and supplies.
And would gesture at the two groups that are sort of bustling.
I believe first and foremost we need a magical reagents shop or trader.
The Aparusa should be able to assist you with that.
Sorry,
And
will bow.
Would gesture at the sort of loot-shaped ship.
Commodore, shall we?
Let's. But thank you for your hospitality. We may be in discussions in the future.
They nod their head in deference and do the like after you sort of gesture. And not long after, Marine kind of pops out. All right, where are we headed?
We're going to
Xoruk will point.
Yes, the loot-shaped one.
Oh, cool. Aparusa. You got it. Begins to walk in that direction, and
Real quick,
as
Leah,
you guys are... Go ahead.
because there's like open market stalls kind of everywhere,
Yeah.
right? And stands.
Plenty, yeah.
Xoruk would be looking for someone who is selling blank canvases, and he would like to purchase
Absolutely.
some blank canvases.
Yeah, you would be able to just buy a amount of nice canvases. If you were looking for anything special or particular, they
Not
might be able
particularly.
to- yeah.
Even just like a 1 foot by 1 foot canvas. Zoruk's gonna pull out like a folded canvas, like rough sack, and kind of try to buy, maybe 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, the individual that you end up meeting with will offer you a canvas for a gold, like 1 gold per canvas that you'd like to buy. Or if you spend 10 gold, they will offer you 15 canvases.
You'll spend 10 gold.
15 canvases are passed your way, and as they're kind of folding them and handing them over towards you, they would look down.
You're a painter, yes?
I practice, yes. It's not my profession.
Do have some very unique paints if you're wanting to trade for them.
It depends.
Kind of nod their head, and they do a little bit of a whistle, and they lean around, and you see a younger individual kind of run up to them, and they kind of lean down and whisper something to the younger individual before they run off and kind of smile at you, do that like awkward, we're waiting for one of the employees to get back sort of thing, and then the kid comes running back with a
So
small
how's the
box.
weather?
The kid looks up, you're in the astral sea. Gold?
Oh, right, shit. Oh, guys, I messed it up.
Here we go. And the small box comes back. Here we are. They're somewhat used. A little bit. They're, I would say, generously used. But these are quite useful paints. It is perhaps something you wish. And as they kind of open the box, you can't help but notice faint arcane filigree kind of etched in and around the box. And as they open it, these paints almost seem to glow for a moment in the light.
Ooh. How much?
Well, we prefer trades, but if you're wishing gold, it would be a few thousand.
Few thousand? Ugh.
They are mystical.
Kind of does the like finger thing over them.
Ooh.
Well, I'm sorry to say, then, while I do have coin, I don't know if I'd be willing to... I don't think it would be wise for me to part with the gold that we need for supplies for paint.
You see they kind of look you up and down, and their eyes stop on one of your daggers. What about that?
Not a... I suppose... overly difficult thing to trade. But still, unfortunately, I must decline.
Very well. Begins to shut the box.
And Xoruk will give an honorific bow before getting back with the crew to head towards the loot ship.
As you all kind of catch back up with Marine, who has made their way, kind of wandered off a little bit to the front of the loot-shaped ship. There's the ramp leading up. And you see a large sort of barrel-chested, barrel-bellied individual, hands kind of resting on the stomach, kind of laughing a little bit at a joke from another person before looking at Marine. And you all hear the conversation a little bit before you make your way up.
It's so good to see you again. It is what's been
An astral decade, yeah.
very much so. It is so lovely. But I am confused. Where is Venus? She's not with you.
Not for some time. I'm sorry, Hero.
It's no worries on my end. I just figured you two would... Oh,
This is my crew now.
hello. It is lovely to meet you. I'm Captain Harrow.
Good day.
Xoruk will look towards Kazador, like, do you want me to introduce you again, or do you got it yourself?
Abelard?
He'll hold up his hand.
Yeah.
I am Commodore Kazador Rain, KSS Homewrecker.
Commodore, a pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the wheel, Harrow.
Kind of smiles, knowing their name is Harrow, and gestures at the boat.
It is a unique vessel. I'm very happy with it. But you're friends of Marine, you're friends of mine. Please, what is it you wish to trade for?
We are after some magical reagents. I'm informed that you're the person to talk to about them.
Well, yes, our people are quite mystically inclined, so quite a few of them. It is how we are able to spell jam all over the place. I would be happy to... What kind of reagents are you looking for? A general equipment, a specific item?
Kind of looking across the group.
Hakka would take a step forward.
I don't know about the others, but I am looking for a reliquary of considerable worth.
Eyes kind of go a little wide.
One that I could possibly channel a holy aura through.
What kind of religion do you follow? What is your practice?
Shamanism from Cholt, specifically the Saurian Empire.
I know not this Cholt you speak of, but shamanism is not unheard of in our people. We worship the soul, the collective soul of our people. Every time a Aparusa passes, they join the great wheel, as we call it. In unison, we pay homage to our ancestors, to our family. We feel this is not dissimilar. I believe one of our relics should do you well. One moment, I will looks over.
It sounds uncannily similar.
And Hakka's not like he's not like sad or like distrustful about that. It's like oh, okay, this is yeah, huh.
Namaste. Namaste.
They gesture at someone, and y'all can tell when someone is speaking in someone's head. It's not uncommon for people in the Astral Sea to have some sort of telecommunicative abilities, and they kind of gesture with a finger. And so, while we're waiting, I would be happy to. There is one thing among our people that is unique with trades. Before we do whatever monetary or item trades, we trade stories. So, looks at the group of you. What is the story you offer for this trade?
Ooh. Oh, I gotta think. Ooh.
It does not have to be one from each of you. I would be happy for a singular story across the group. And in a show of good faith, I will allow you to ask a story of me in return.
I suppose, Hakka, it would be wise for you to give a story of your ancestors. Seems only fitting.
Maybe not my ancestors, because outside of divine magic, I haven't really had a conversation with them. They're not ones for conversation, they more just channel power. But
is there like a place to sit next to this guy?
Yeah, there are a few barrels that are kind of on their sides, and as you're talking, he begins to sit over on one of the barrels. But there are also like a few stools nearby. A few there's probably a bench that's just been set up. Yeah, there's plenty of room to sit.
Hakka would just find a place to sit and just be like,
allow me to tell you about how I met my wife. Her name is Bulla.
Does he seem eager to listen?
Yeah, the moment you say my wife, he kind of leans in.
I love stories about loved ones.
Well, first impressions, she thought I was an utter fool.
And I'm gonna. I don't want to talk as Hakka for 5 minutes, Leah, because my throat. Throat.
Yeah.
But
just give a TLDR on what the story that you tell.
The teal deer is Hakka basically fumbled like a simple hunt, and he was so pathetic and like he couldn't even hunt a boar that Bulla shared a meal with him, and over just the conversation they learned that we kind of like each other, and that's it. It actually like Hakka couldn't hunt worth shit when he was younger. And it was
my wife is a significantly better cook than me, so I kind of understand where you're coming from.
And I haven't seen them in a long time, and I miss them.
Give a bit of a solemn grin and would reach out to place a hand on your shoulder.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Hakka would accept it.
We all pass in time, but the joy we spend with people while they're here is worth all the pain of when they're gone.
And you all see, I think, Hakka, you notice, and I would also say Vex because of some recent interactions. And you know what? I'll say Xoruk as well. I think Kazador, you're the only one with passive perception that wouldn't. Everyone noticed Marine kind of grimace when he says that.
Oh no! That's a surprise tool we'll unpack for later.
But a worthy story. I thank you for sharing. Is there anything you wish to know? I offer story, but I will also offer information in trade.
Well, Commodore, you were potentially seeking information. This might be a good place to start.
Need. Tell me, know you anything of Avernus?
That has a almost shadowed, like grim expression for a moment.
I just imagined he did the Excalibur face.
Not quite. It's more of a. It's less of a and more of a oh sort of response.
A dangerous place you wish to venture into, to know about. But yes, while I do not know much, our people. Well, let me introduce you.
Steps aboard the ship for a moment. You all are left waiting for a brief minute before he returns. If there's anything you wish to say to each other or interact at the moment.
I think this is going rather well.
And Hakka's doing that thing where he's like sitting on a barrel and kind of kicking his legs.
Marine would actually nod at that. He does seem to like you.
Because I just have the most charming personality in the world.
I think it's the opposite. He likes people who are straight shooters.
Yeah, well, when I shoot straight, sometimes it gets people into trouble.
Looks to Kazador.
I've learned to bite my tongue over the years.
Maybe a minute or so passes before he comes back out, and kind of trailing him, carrying something, is an individual who looks very much like physically like an Aparusa. They have very similar like facial shape and build and hair texture, but the skin is a muddy purple color, and they have horns that curl like ram's horns around the ears.
This is a daughter of our people, and unfortunately, a child of the hells. You wish for a reliquary, yes?
And holds out a small. It's wrapped in cloth right now, but holds it out towards you.
Yes.
This is a box of ashes from a ship from our people. It was found drifting, and in the way of our people, we burned it along with everyone aboard and stored the ashes in here. This is not the only one we have, so we are happy to part with one.
I will treat this with the most...
Sorry, Hakka voice.
Yeah, you're all good, baby.
I will treat this with the utmost respect. I assure you.
And Hakka would gladly take it.
You trade for the gold, and they take it and kind of hitch it to their belt loop after passing just a few pieces to Harrow.
But you wish information about the hells, and I have a mother from there. She is no longer with us in this world. She forsook the hells, and they enacted their revenge. But I still know much.
Well, Kazador, what would you like to know?
Connor?
Oh, it's all good.
Oh, one sec.
I think he's like, what would you like to know? Yeah, there is a tantrum happening. I got a little interruption that can happen to buy a little time. As you're kind of waiting, Xoruk, are you here?
Zan, you're muted.
Oh, Zan might have stepped away for a second.
No, I'm here. I was just slurping. I didn't want it to be.
Oh, all good. You feel a small tug at your like clothing on like an elbow or like something loose.
They will look down towards the disturbance.
You look down. There is a small. Most of the Doar, the penguin people, are very very brightly colored in various ways. But this one is a sort of grayish fur tone and kind of. And it is trying to shove something in your hands. Kind of nodding.
Xoruk will throw them. No! What's he trying to put in Zork's hand?
It currently seems to be. It's like a screwdriver.
And telepathically trying to speak to them. Can I help you?
Yes, sir. You want, take, trade.
I do not need. Do you have need?
Need goods. Goods trade. Helpful. Take item. Trade.
I'm afraid I have no goods to give.
Spits on the ground in front of you.
She might, and he points towards Marine.
Perfect. Oh, gods. Begins to like check. Oh, thanks. What is this? Okay. Uh-huh. He says it can turn into any tool. Yeah, sure, fuck it. You see, she kind of like reaches into her jacket and hands him something and takes the.
Whatever, if it gets you to leave me alone.
They will do that. Just kind of looks at you, Xoruk.
I was beginning to get that sense, yes. You alright?
Yeah, no, fine.
You have a funny way of showing it.
Memories.
He'll kind of speak telepathically.
I assume altogether not great ones.
Telling Vex the other day, and just loving people is a gamble.
Is it?
Yeah. And it's like you're playing for keeps. When you win, it's nice, but when you lose, it's way worse.
Damn.
Suppose I never thought of it that way. Can't say I fully agree, though.
Maybe you just... She looks like she was about to say something, and then she kind of bites her, like, the inside of her cheek.
Go on, then. What else are you going to tell?
I don't want to be rude, but maybe you haven't lost someone close enough to you.
Oh, I have. I certainly
She cocks
have.
an eyebrow at that. Maybe we can share a drink sometime, swap stories.
Maybe. I think I'd enjoy that. However, I don't think love is something that is gained or lost. I think it's just a part of how we connect. It's not a tangible item. It can't be measured by any metric that I'm aware of. It simply is until it isn't. I can understand the feeling of a winner takes all sort of scenario when it comes to love, but do you take a risk when you have a favorite drink? Are there odds against or for your favor when you have a parent's or family member's love? These are not things you trade away or gamble on. They simply are or they aren't.
She slowly kind of nods her head a little bit.
I'll think about that. It's been a long time since I let myself love someone.
And that's understandable. You are not ready to do so. I could certainly understand that.
You almost sense like a weight. Like she wants to ask something, like it's building, but she has not like expressed the words yet. I'll ask you about it later. I gotta get supplies. She kind of turns her face away and walks up the gangplank. Harrow kind of watches her as she goes up.
He will simply kind of nod and look to see if Kazador is done consulting the spirits.
Yeah, and while all of this is happening, the kind of conversation between Kazador and the Tiefling Aparusa is going on. You good, Connor?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yippee!
Kazador will. This person is plain touched, right? They're.
Yeah, very clearly has some sort of, and even said like mother was from hell, and very clearly has some fiendish parentage. They have a more purple skin than most of the other Aparusa around, and ram horns.
I'm told your knowledge of Avernus is considerable.
My mother was from there, and unfortunately, I spent many years there before we escaped.
Would you be willing to tell me about Avernus, about the Hells? Our journeys bring us there, and rather than going unprepared, I would like to expand my knowledge of the surroundings, what to do, what not to do, to avoid.
You see they kind of stroke their chin a little bit before she, like, kind of scratching at it as if considering something. They even does the, like, arch the neck and scratches the neck a little bit, like, very heavily thinking about it.
I would be happy to offer you information, but we would need to make a trade of some kind.
Very well.
I offer you two things. One, I will happily answer any questions you have. But you must be willing to go to a place in Avernus and take care of someone for me.
Take care of someone?
The devil that killed my mother.
Ah.
Or I will guide you myself with the same trade. But you must deliver me to them and assist me.
Kazador
You see Harrow kind of, their eyes going to kind of go wide. Are you sure about this? You want to?
I will, if they wish it.
Kazador will sort of pointedly fold his arms in front of his chest, and I'd like to roll an insight on this person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not to gauge if they're trying to deceive Kazador or anything like that, but mostly to be how this person
sizing them up
holds
a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sizing them up. That's a 12.
12. You are entirely unsure of this person's like potential combat abilities or potential skills. They hold themselves in a manner that exudes confidence. So that is, you can extrapolate however confident they may or competent they may actually be in a fight from that. That is a very difficult thing to tell just from someone standing there. You haven't seen them act or react really in any way. But the one thing I will give you with a 12 is, like, rather than a kind of scaling thing, the 12 will get you one aspect about them that is very clear. There is a determination on this individual that is not common. It is something you have seen in a few individuals throughout your years. They have a drive for something. There is something they want, and will seemingly happily risk their life to see that done.
Assuming I'm not going to get much more with a 12, but does it seem like...
With a 12, yeah.
Yeah. Kazador ponders for a moment. Who is this individual?
A devil of a kind, very obviously a military commander in the Blood War. They are known for hunting down devils that abandon their post. For those who go AWOL during the war, they're an enforcer. Relatively powerful, but not a general. Not a pit fiend or anything of the kind. I do not know if they have changed their form, if they've been promoted since last we saw them. They were strong, large, but it has been many years since I have seen them. They have a small contingent that follows them. I will warn you of their unit of hunters. But if you're heading into hell, they will be no more dangerous than many of the things you will come across just traveling. You will just have to seek them out specifically.
I'm willing to do this, but there are some things I want to make clear to you.
She nods her head.
If we do this, you are our guide. Will not be leading us anywhere. I will decide ultimately where we go. 2, should you come with us, even if it is to enact part of our deal, I will not lead my crew into unnecessarily dangerous situations just so you can slake your bloodthirst. I will do my utmost to uphold my end of the bargain, but not at the risk of my crew.
Then I think you are the right people for the job. This is good to hear. I agree with your terms.
Very well.
Captain Hero, I officially at least for now temporarily, resign from my post aboard your ship.
Hero just kind of nods.
Commodore.
Temporary though it may be, welcome to the crew.
Hold out, shake your hand.
The name is Zaya.
Permission to speak.
Kazador will hold his arms and look over at Hakka. Granted.
I have a question for you.
I am your guide. Anything you wish to know, it is my job to give you.
I just simply want to know where you're coming from. Why did this demon kill your mother?
My mother was a... Do you know what an Aranyes is?
Let's play, is that Arcana or Religion, Leah?
Planes.
Hibushi.
10. It sounds like the name of a kind of devil. I will say, Kazador, you know what an Aranyes is.
Hakka would shake his head.
High-ranking devils. I believe...
Usually guards.
Yes.
Commanders, military leaders, bodyguards, sometimes assassins. My mother was a guard for a general. She was ordered to assist with the retrieval of souls from a city that fell into Avernus. As they were rounding up souls in this city, an individual begged for their life. And while it was a joke at first, my mother fell for this individual, helped them escape the hells, returned to a ship in the Astral Sea. And when we were traveling through the Plane of Fire, we were sold out. She died protecting me and my father. Her soul was sent to the hells. I can only imagine what happened to it when it was there.
Well, I've heard enough.
And there's a look of just like, yep, we're gonna help you kill this bastard, yep.
They nod. My services are yours, Commodore.
We'll be glad for them,
Marine starts walking down the ramp carrying a barrel. Oh, okay, we're bringing Zaya. That's fine with me. Good guy. Probably knows way more about the hells than I do.
With a caveat. We need to find a specific devil while we're in Avernus, and...
Yeah, that tracks. Well, we're going to be doing a lot of devil killing anyways, so...
Yes. That is something I am most assuredly not opposed.
Do you have a way of finding them? Looks at Zaya.
Absolutely.
Well, that answers that. You, Zaya, help me load this shit aboard the ship.
Am I...
Looks at you, Kazador. I'm a captain. You have to listen to what I say. Come on.
Kazador just shrugs.
Getting a little big for our britches now, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. Zaya begins helping Marine load stuff aboard the ship, and you all are... Hero looks at the group of you.
Well, it's more of a productive trade than I was thinking. I like your ship. I like who you've gathered. I like the way you talk. If you ever need anything, feel free to contact.
We are honored.
As am I. I do have a question.
Oh.
Of course. You
as Maureen kind of walks aboard the ship carrying things, he kind of waits till she's out of earshot. You traveled with Maureen, yes? How long?
How long has it been?
It's been like a month, maybe?
So yeah, it was like a week of travel the first time to get to the Gnosis cluster, and then there was a week of travel to get to Sigil, and then there's like another... with the days that you were in the Gnosis cluster, yeah, it's been about a month.
Still not sure what the astral equivalent of it would be, but about a month.
Astral days are usually pretty close to the... I assume you're from a realm space. They're usually pretty close to the days on most realms. And, well, I would have another question for you if you had known her for a couple of years, but never mind. Take care of that one. And as long as you have her aboard your ship, you can consider us allies.
Sure to keep that in mind.
My pleasure, Commodore.
He bows his head.
Commodore, unless you have anything other pressing business, I'd like to see myself back towards the ship.
On the note of pressing business, Kazador will just look to everyone in the contingent. Nobody has anything else. Kazador will motion for everyone to return to the ship.
I got what I needed.
Returning to the ship. Yes. Returning to the ship, there's a little bit of a wait as the rest of the crew finish loading up some of the supplies from the Wheel Harrow, the Epirusan ship. And as you finish and sort of collect back in the bridge after a call from Marine, gives a, all right, all hands on deck, need to talk to everyone, and kind of gather there. Okay, Commodore, you're going to be the one to make the final decisions, but I will break down how we're going to be approaching the Eye of Doom. Everyone, hold on to your seats.
Can we be around like a cool like table with like a hologram of everything?
Hell yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that actually, there is a room for that already. It is the navigation room up here. So we'll move everyone up there to the navigation room. And that is where we're going to pick up after a quick break.
Do-do-do-do.
That was fun.
Yeah. This is a lot of fun. Thank you, Rot and Saris, for being Rottenbacks, Saris and Citric for being patient.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We get a Naruto cut
I will be
over.
right back.
This shit is why like Tara's just my normal talking voice, because my voice is already thrashed.
That's fair enough.
I
thought
genuinely
Thrash was the Modron.
Thrash is the Modron. Genuinely, Thrash, at some point, I would be happy to, in story, assist with Hakka's voice to make it easier for you.
No, it's fine. I got it. He's normally pretty short-winded, so it's
Get the Starscream treatment. Someone just choke you and damage your
Bumblebee. That's Starscream.
No, see, that's going completely silent. The Starscream, it's a voice change.
Right. There's that bit in Transformers 1 where Starscream gets fucking choked out.
Choked.
That's Steve Buscemi, by the way.
Yeah.
In Transformers 1.
Incredible.
Not the Michael Bay verse, the latest Transformers movie, which nobody went to saw, and it was the best one.
Yeah,
and I'm sad.
I never actually saw it.
Yeah,
Really good.
it's really good.
I've heard it's really good.
I bought it on DVD. I have the physical media.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that physical media is coming back.
Well, yeah, because using a streaming service is fucking awful.
Yes, correct.
Watch Party? Transformers Watch Party? I haven't seen it either.
Oh god, how do I?
Hell yeah.
Eye emoji.
I'll see if the DVD comes with like a digital version, and yeah, maybe.
Oh heck yeah! If it does a digital version, I specifically have a like DVD player so that if I ever want, I can stream my library of fucking physical anime.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah,
the removal of the disk drive from most PCs is the worst downgrade possible.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I had to get a fucking
Bring
USB
disk drives back.
You can get external disk drives.
How else am I gonna install World of Warcraft on my computer? I need the 6 CDs in order
You can
to
buy an external disk drive.
Yeah.
In fact, that sounds like a fucking good idea.
Put it on your throne.
I have it for. I have a fucking external disk drive for a fucking reason. The USB one works really well. Oh, the Speed Racer movie, Dark Lord Popo. You just instantly became one of my favorites. Fuck yeah.
That one I haven't seen.
Oh, it's so good. It's so fun.
We're writing a list here. We have to fix that.
I can't see. This happens with every conversation with movies where it's just like, you haven't seen this thing? And it's like, yeah, there's millions of movies. I haven't seen everything.
What do you mean you haven't seen every single movie that exists? Come on.
Carrie. I was gonna say, Leah and I had a conversation about like video games and their knowledge of video games. That's me with movies. I have not been able to start watching movies until my adult years. So there's a ton of stuff that I've just never seen before.
Saris,
that I'd really like to.
That was a dangerous thing to say around me. I am about to start your movie education, and it's going to be glorious.
You say that like I don't welcome it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, we're starting with Mad Max Fury Road.
Okay, give me some credit.
So
I
good.
have seen that. I have seen that one.
Okay,
I
good.
have
you seen the black and white version?
No,
I have.
Oh
I have.
my god.
As George Miller intended.
Yeah.
Black and white except for the explosions.
Yeah.
Yup. It's so good.
Yeah.
If anybody's ever like, movies aren't art, I'm gonna point to like Fury Road.
That's just what my vision looks like.
I mean,
Connor, I think you're
Everything's black and white
colorblind.
except for explosions.
Connor, I think you're colorblind. You should get that tested.
movies aren't art. God,
For some
what
reason
a
I can only see in
nonsense thing
motion.
to say.
That's what people like when movies came out initially. They were like, "Oh, this is stupid. This is."
I will
this
say
is a dumb
one
fad."
name, and I know it's one of those like, you know, push your fucking glasses up. Oh, I've seen this director, but he is my favorite director for a reason. Every single fucking shot in every movie he's made is a goddamn photographic art piece. Like, I did a whole presentation. Sergei Eisenstein, by the way. I was building up to the name for no reason, but Sergei Eisenstein is easily my favorite director because literally every shot is a fucking art piece. He is a photographic genius, and he's also based as fuck. Dude went to Mexico specifically because he was being persecuted by the Russian government to make a movie about the Mexican Revolution and how America was fucking evil during it. Like, he's so cool.
Based.
Mega babies.
All right, I could talk 4 hours about movies and specifically Sergei Eisenstein. So to avoid that, I am ready. If we need more time, feel free.
I'm good.
But go watch Battleship
I will
Potemkin.
be
That's the last thing
back.
I'll say about it. Go watch Battleship
Just a second.
Potemkin.
Oh,
It's not my favorite, but it is the one that everyone should watch of his.
I'm trying to think. The last movie we watched, it was actually just a few days ago. Celia and I, we watched Mickey 17, and that was a really fun one.
Mickey 17, yeah.
Yeah, Robert Patterson. Guy's got range.
Actually, just 1 second. I'm going to get some water. Be right back.
You're a fan of me lobster, ain't you?
Hark! Hark!
Hark! Hark! The light is mine!
Yeah, the Lighthouse is Celia's favorite movie.
It is Frankie's favorite movie.
All right, I enjoy your cooking.
The scene towards the end, no spoilers, but the scene towards the end with the hole and the shovel and the dirt is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, scene in a movie. Period. Hard stop. Like, that scene is unbelievably well acted, well directed, and well shot.
Welcome to the movie podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh god, it's so dangerous talking about movies around me. I love movie good. Movie influence how I tell story.
How you doing, chat? How's it going?
Would you like a scarf update?
I'm back.
Okay.
Sure.
Tiny Silky Moth. It is Lovecraftian, but like not at all. Like, it has nothing to do with Lovecraft. It doesn't really touch on like the setting or the world that Lovecraft does. Like, it isn't a Lovecraft story. I think what the person was trying to say is there is a
Eldritch?
an unknown horror element. Like, I think Eldritch isn't even so a lot of people describe it as like Eldritch or Lovecraftian, and I don't think it's an accurate depiction. I think that there are unsettling elements to it, but I think it's closer to like a Midsommar type unsettling, where there's just this like something feels wrong, something is almost disjointed. There are no tentacle creatures in that movie. As far like I cannot remember a single scene with tentacles in that movie.
And that's why it's keeping it from being a 10 out of 10.
Damn.
Yeah, the movie does play on thalassophobia, but it isn't like actively triggering it. There is because they're on the lighthouse and there's the fear of the water. There is a fear of like the deep water and being able to travel across it and not being able to travel across it and that kind of thing. And like, that is a major theme of the movie, is feeling trapped on the island. But it's that kind of thalassophobia. It's the avoidance of water, not the not feeling drowned or in deep water, that kind of thing.
Are we ready?
I'm back.
Oh, heck yeah. All right.
Go do something incredibly necessary.
No.
Did it treat?
Yep, that is very necessary.
It's my offering to them for not walking them today.
I feel that.
Yes, I am ready to get back.
Boop, boop, boop. All right, cool. As we get back into the story, let me really quick, because I'm not going to have that one on for so long, but we are where we are. As we all return to the story, in the... I will ping for... Focus ping. There we go. Because I think that will bring everyone to it. As we return to the room that we are in... Oh, that is good. I can move... Alright, I just figured this out. Sorry to distract, but Connor, I just figured out how to move the camera on Overseer myself without you having to... Yeah, the focus ping. So I am going to try to do that more often for you, so you don't have to worry about it as much.
I do that? I cannot.
You cannot. I think it's because I am
the GM exclusive.
Yeah, the GM exclusive. I might in the future be able to make you like a partial GM and that kind of thing, like an assistant GM. I think that is an option, so you can do that in the future. But anyways, as we are in the navigation room, the large arcane table in front of you that projects the stars and the sea and the various planes that you travel to is currently showing a projection of the ship and of the Eye of Doom, which the ship is currently heading in a very slow pace towards. Right, so that's the, Eye of Doom. That's what it's called. There's really no two ways around it, but we're gonna need to deal with it. It is gonna come in 3 phases. The first phase is probably the least dangerous, but that makes sense. We are gonna be needing to head in, and we're gonna want to head in parallel with the stream, so that when we enter into it's called the Horizon or something like that. The Event Horizon, I think, or something like that. But we have to skirt right on the edge of falling into the Eye of Doom, because that is where it's cracking open the plains. That is where the Styx is falling into it. And so we're going to need to go right in alongside the Styx, do a hard 180-degree turn, and then that'll be the second bit, the hard 180-degree turn, and then head directly against the flow of the Styx. Now, the only reason we can pull this off is because this kind of paths to the vessel, it is an aquatic vessel, means it can go underwater. I'm quite used to them. I'm quite practiced with aquatic vessels. That's what the tardigrade is. Now, the tardigrade has something that this vessel doesn't. Has an experimental phlogiston drive, which means I can burn up a lot of fuel to kind of pull the maneuver pretty easily. But that won't work in this vessel. We're going to need to basically artificially produce that. So I've been thinking about it a lot. I've worked out what we need to have to make this work. We're going to need a navigator, someone in here to keep the ship on the correct course, to keep us and whoever's piloting the ship in the right direction. We're going to need a pilot, someone to actually steer and control the ship as we're moving in. There's going to be a lot of turbulence heading in, and that's going to be, then we're going to need to turn, and then there's going to be a lot of turbulence going up the Styx. So be aware of that. Are any of you proficient with warding magic?
Hakka would raise his hand.
Okay. You're probably going to want to be our warder. We're going to need someone out on the front deck of the ship to guard the shell and the ship from anything that would be coming. Rocks, pieces, shards of the glass, crystal sphere, creatures, anything that flows out of the Styx, asteroids, anything like that. We're going to need someone to protect the ship.
I can do that.
We're going to need 2 sailors, minimum 2 sailors. I'd like 4, but Ina and Nat have already volunteered to handle the sails. When we're heading in, we're going to need them to slow us down, basically to keep us in control as much as possible. We're going to need them to be quickly pulled in and shut so that we don't have anything happen. We're going to need them, like when we try to turn, and then we're going to need them held shut as we head into the Styx itself. So we have 2 sailors minimum, but we're going to, I would like 2 more. Yeah, it's up to you. Look, gestures at you, Kazador. We're going to want to look out. They're going to be the one communicating with the warder for anything that would happen. We're going to want them probably up on the observation deck, and they will also be in charge of the Mangolin in case we need to fire at anything. Lastly, we're going to need a Spelljammer. She kind of looks across the group. Any of you know what that is?
I thought
do not know.
spelljammers were vessels, or at least seat itself.
Yeah, the Spelljamming Helm is what you're thinking of. The Spelljammer is the name of the ship, but a Spelljammer is usually a crew member. The helms themselves are generally able to convert latent magical energy that exists out in the Astral Sea and the Phlogiston into kinetic energy, physical energy to move us forward in the ship. However, in times of need and when the ship is in danger or when you need an extra burst, the Spelljammer, usually a powerful arcanist or mage, someone with fonts of magical energy, pumps energy, and there's a lot of skill that involves it. There's usually different ways you can alter your magic to assist the ship in different ways. You can pump different kinds of magic in to increase defenses or to increase speed. It's pretty technical shit, but it requires someone to generally have a pretty powerful font of magic, but also a control over said magic helps a lot. Not necessary, but it does help. And that's what a Spelljammer is, and we're probably going to want those. Or at least one.
I can fill a few of these roles.
There's one last thing. We're going to want 2 people on Tom, Thrash and one other person, to make sure that the ship doesn't rattle while everything's happening. They're going to need to. It's not a dangerous, but it is a very necessary thing that we're going to need. They're just going to be in charge of stabilizing the tardigrade in our ship. It will help by not hindering. If we don't have someone do that, it'll make everything else harder. So I will write this down, so you guys can discuss amongst yourselves and put people where you want them. But
Yeah.
you're gonna need.
Hakka volunteered to be a warder, which I do have something I think will work well with that.
Kazador's proficient at piloting the ship, but he is also probably the most skilled in terms of magic on the ship as well.
Yeah, I think if we need 2 like fonts of magic, it's Rot and Kazador.
Can cover that role, for sure.
Yeah. So
All
we
right,
have
there are the roles.
So we have Hakka on warder, Rot and Kazador on Spelljammer.
Now I have
Xoruk's-
a question.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go for it.
When fulfilling these roles, are we mostly looking at using ourselves, or are we also looking at assigning?
You have
our
a crew
NPC
that you
crewmates?
can assign to any position. Currently,
Yeah.
the only 2 that are assigned are Ina and Nat are assigned to the sails. So that is the bare minimum needed to operate the sails. Assistance, like if anyone wants to help with the sails, like someone who's physically strong or knowledgeable about ships, those would both function very well, and they would vastly increase the effectiveness of the sails. But right now you have the bare minimum on sails with Ina and Nat. But you also have Esmeralda, Vivolazar, and now Zaya to help with you. In addition, there is the Starlancer, there's Naimana as well.
Oh God.
So yeah, this is part of being a captain is, and or like part of having a ship is assigning crew where they need to go.
Thinking about what their individual skill sets are like.
Yeah.
Who do
Feel
we
free
have
to
that
ask
can
questions.
pilot?
Kazador can pilot.
Kazador can pilot. Marine can pilot.
I think Marine should pilot.
Yeah, Marine can pilot.
Not to pigeonhole you, Connor, but font of magic with lots of control just sounds like.
No, I was like, oh, maybe Kazador can be the pilot this time, and then it's like, oh, we also need someone who's big magic.
Yeah.
That is what Kazador
there
is
is no right or wrong answer here.
Let's. Hakka's a warrior.
Yeah. I guess I could talk about my plan. Because of reasons, I know telekinesis. So I could just telekinesis objects away.
That's true. That's very true.
And if the objects are too big, then, well, Hakka knows healing magic.
Yep. That works.
So, let's see. Bad. Here.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
What the fuck am I doing?
I wish there was an auto-select button.
Auto-select. I mean, you can just say, hey, Marine, where do you think everyone should go? And you can just have Marine do that if you really want. Like, yeah. I mean, if
Marine.
you want, you're welcome to go. Hey, Marine, where do you think everyone should go? She is here to help you.
Yeah. In fact, Hakka would just ask that, like, Marine, you have the most experience with this, and you've spent the most time on the ship with the crew. What do you recommend where people go?
Well, I don't want to tell a lot of you, the officers, really what to do, because you all, in some capacity, you're the people who travel with Kazador, you know each other's abilities best and you trust each other best. Like, that is what an officer's crew is supposed to do. I'm happy to manage the rest of the crew, but yeah, if you want my recommendations, honestly, having Rot and Kazador be spelljammers would give us a lot of extra power, and that would make a lot of things easier. We have Ina and Nat on sales, and honestly, if you get Xoruk and Vex also on sales, they would do a lot of good there. Xoruk and you, Hakka, you would also be good lookouts. Rot, I suppose you would probably be a good lookout too. I don't really know Gestures at Naimana. I don't really know you too well, or these two super well. Gestures at Vovolazar and Esmeralda. But actually, looking at the two of you, Esmeralda, you and Zaya could probably handle the sales if Xoruk, you and Vex wanted to do other tasks.
They'll need a lookout.
Yeah. Any volunteers? That is one that I wasn't sure about. But, I feel like there are a few good options.
I could be a lookout, but that would open up.
You're already our warder.
Exactly.
I do not mind working lookout.
And considering if you spot anything, you may need to operate the Mangolin, you might actually be a really good choice there. Since firing...
You are very quick.
Naimana has also recently forged somewhat of a working rapport with Tom, if you want. Oh, sorry, with Thrash, rather, if you want Herb or Tom.
No, that's a great idea.
I would be happy to do that, yes. I have spent some time there, and it is... I'm more than happy to help.
Very well. You will be Tom's pilot for this maneuver.
I just need to stabilize it, yes?
Yeah, I'll run you through the basics. It's not hard for what you need to do.
Okay, I can do that.
If I could make a recommendation, Captain. We do not have pressing time limits or concerns. I think we should practice before entering. Take a long rest and try it first thing in the morning.
We don't have pressing time limits?
Not immediate, is my point. We have time to practice and get this right.
I suppose it is better than being ripped apart by a singularity in the middle of nowhere space.
I don't know about resting, but I do think we should practice. Yeah, but it is your call, Commodore.
Also, in my notes, I definitely typed XanillisGrimm instead of Xoruk without looking at my fucking keyboard.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Very well. Marine, is there a way we could practice this maneuver without actually executing it?
Yes, it's still going to be a little bit dangerous, and it's not going to be as harsh of a circumstance. It won't quite exactly mimic what we're going to be facing when we do it proper. But yeah, we can practice. Above every plane, and like every planet that we would pass over, there's a sphere around it, a pull that kind of keeps the air around it. We can test it going kind of as if we would be landing on a planet and then change our mind at the last second. And the worst that would happen would be, we kind of spiral a little bit. That we would have a chance to stop if we fail, we would have a chance to stop ourselves and land or just fly. There is a chance if we fuck up twice in a row that we crash, but it's less risky than falling into the Eye of Doom.
Indeed. So, we have Marine piloting. Hakka is our warder. Our sailors are Ina and Nat. Our lookout is Xoruk. Our spelljammers are Rot and myself. Tom's pilot is... I'm sorry, I forget their name.
Naimana.
Naimana, no, don't worry about it.
Okay, Zaya, right?
Yes, I am what you need. Esmeralda?
Yes, you and I, you look pretty strapping for well, you're not for anything. You look pretty bulky. You and I, we'll help with the sails. We won't know what to do in the way that Ina and Nat will, but we'll be happy to I'll be happy to offer my muscle.
I can do that as well.
So is there anywhere that we could shore up our defenses?
Having someone assist Xoruk as the lookout. Is there anyone?
I am available. Vovolazar speaks up. I have refrained from speaking so that I could offer my services wherever necessary. I would be happy to assist Xoruk.
Well, that answers that.
Vex.
Yes?
Do you suppose your magics would be of benefit in helping Hakka as a warder? Or do you think your skills would be better put to use somewhere else?
No, that's a great idea. Having someone on magic and someone physical to ward would be a great plan.
There are a few things up my sleeve that I believe could be of benefit. I don't necessarily believe that I'm the best at warding, but I have a few things that I am capable of doing. And of course, and they just kind of toss the hammer between their hands.
I don't think the situation calls for another cannonball.
No, but honestly, having someone guard Hakka just in case. This is the Styx we're talking about, and it's pouring directly out of the abyss. We don't know what's going to come out of that.
River Styx, Lake of the Dead. It's... We're not sure what exactly is going to come pouring out of there. I think having Vex protecting Hakka while he wards the ship is our best move. If we lose Hakka,
There's also,
who knows what will happen.
The two of you watching each other is a great idea, actually, because when we turn, you guys are going to be jostled around. You guys are going to have to hold on. And then we're going to head directly into the Styx, meaning you guys are going to, in that turn, during that turn, the two of you on the front of the ship, you're going to need to get in the ship so that you're not, taken by the Styx.
Are you up for that, Vex?
Well, if my mic would let me talk. Well, I do actually think that I might have something that we can utilize to our advantage if the question of staying on board is a question. For example, I have, essentially I have the ability to lock a person into one spot if necessary. Should they remain in the grasp of a few plants.
Might be a really good way to hold you two to the top deck as we're heading in.
That's exactly what I was thinking. While it is only useful for one person, it will at least give the vantage point of one person staying firm aboard. It's not exactly easy to get out of, especially if you choose to stay trapped.
I have a feeling we'll be happy for it. Very well. I think we have all of our positions filled.
Alrighty. We're gonna go pull a practice maneuver. One of the planes here is already falling into the Eye of Doom. Not quite at the event horizon yet, so we can practice there, and even if we crash, we don't risk hurting anyone. So I'll get us moving there. Everyone, battle stations. Or actually, Commodore, you do the honors.
Everyone to your positions. All hands on deck.
there is an immediate sound as everyone kind of like either stands up, grabs their thing, then begins to head to the position on the ship that they need to be holding.
I assume over here is where I'm supposed to be.
Yep, on any of the decks would
Okay.
work.
Okay.
So whichever you feel is most helpful for you. There are and I will put the sail control area is down here in the crew quarters. So I'm gonna move Ina and Nat and
Sail.
All right. Change the music up now. All right. All right. It's gonna take us a few hours to make it to the planet to practice. So, everyone, familiarize yourself with what you need to do. And if you want to say your last goodbyes to your friends in case we fall in, now's the time.
Kazador turns over and looks at Hakka. Don't fall in.
Damn, I wanted to get a taste.
Do not drink the water from the river Styx either.
But look at it!
He gets on your intercom. This goes for everyone.
No fun allowed. Forbidden Baja Blast.
No, I mean, yes, very forbidden.
Weirdly enough, it is that color.
I'm sure it does not taste that way. I'm sure it's not actually, no.
It's like when SpongeBob tries Gary's food.
Honestly, if anything were to taste like losing your memory, I'm pretty sure Baja Blast would be pretty close.
Would you see the river Styx flowing directly into Alpine's mouth?
If anyone wants to do anything before, the Eye of Doom, now's the time.
I think we're just gonna practice.
Zan, did you want to do something?
Xoruk will head up to the observation area and kind of lay out some of the things he's gotten. Kind of making sure that the area around is prepped and ready for the practice, at the very least.
Mm-hmm. Nope. There we are. Mike was not working for whatever reason.
No!
You and me both, buddy. Shaking your hand.
Just one of those days.
So, through the entire conversation, when the point of Rod taking the role of Spelljammer, they've been kind of just shifting a bit in place, and as people are like going to their stations, Rod will go up to Xoruk.
As you kind of appear, he'll kind of have a few things scattered about and around. Just wondering when you return.
I think it might be important. They say I'm going to need control, and well, you and me both, I know I'm not great at that.
I've been thinking about that since our last conversation. How steady are your hands?
Do you think we can do that? We don't have that much time.
How steady are your hands?
Oh, Rod looks at their hands. They seem steady for them, at least. They seem okay.
Come sit here, then. I want you to close your eyes for a moment.
Do you know I can still see you if you're close,
I
right?
know, I remember. I want you to close your eyes and forget that you are on the ship. Look only to the stars around you and bite them closer to you. Try to see what colors they might shine, what warmth they might give, what hums they might tune to your ear.
Xoruk's gonna put something in Rot's hand.
Astrod slowly sits and tries to relax and follow Soruk's instructions.
Xoruk's gonna put something in Rot's hand and kind of motioning to his shoulder to loosen it up.
When you are ready, when you have something in your mind, I want you to take this paintbrush, bring it to canvas, and paint what you see. Not once, but 3 times. Paint it the first image, as simple a shape as you'd like, as delicate as you can. Paint it again, as hard a pressure as you would apply. And then lastly, paint it a 3rd time, mixing the two, delicate and hard. And when you do, try to see when and why you applied pressure, harder or lessened, when you did. Can you do this?
I will not, and again, try to tune out as much as possible, and I guess the only thing left in mind would be the awe-inspiring side of the Eye of Doom itself. So Rod will try to draw the eye, a circle.
Roll me a check of your choosing. This can be dexterity, charisma, wisdom, anything you'd like.
If you don't mind, I think wisdom sounds all right.
Yeah, like you're connecting. It's like an intuitive sort of thing.
Yeah. Let's see. 16.
16. The image almost starts to pour out of you onto the page. It isn't exacting, it isn't hyper-realistic, but it is more akin to an impressionistic painting, a splotch of color with a few dabs of other color to accent the otherworldly nature of the warping hole in reality.
Now, the shapes that are around us, these stars, we tend to define them by the way they connect to the other stars around them. Such connections only exist in the minds and memories of those who form them, not the stars themselves. This is an important lesson perhaps for another time, but allow those patterns to form in your mind again. Like I said, purposely make delicate strokes and harder strokes. Learn the strength of your hand. Feel the connection between your fingers and your eyes. Make clear your purpose, and let this be the practice for your control. You're going to be a spelljammer now. Do not look towards what might be coming towards the ship, what perils might test her hull. Instead, look for the patterns around you. Allow these patterns to take shape in your mind, and using your eye to your hand, apply delicate or harsh pressure.
Takes a deep breath and nods to that, and tries to go again and expand the pattern.
Roll me another wisdom check. And I will preemptively give both of you a hero point for this scene, because this is fucking awesome.
Well,
Xoruk is
self-indulgently start painting, Citric.
Xoruk is teaching.
Fucking
Oh my
Tony.
god!
Go on, artist. Art.
Xoruk is teaching you line weight. You will learn line weight.
Citric,
Yes.
you may add proficiency to painting to your
Oh.
skills,
Oh yeah.
and you may use that as the check for spell jamming.
Oh. That is nice.
And here we're gonna paint a happy little Eye of Doom, and over here is going to be Dis. Ah, yes.
Remember, there are no mistakes, only happy accidents.
You see
Xoruk
as
is-
Rod start. Go ahead.
No, you first. You first.
Yeah, as Rod starts to expand the pattern. The strokes are hesitant at first, more decisive then. They start to go slightly, they start to go faster and faster, and the breathing is starting to quicken as well. And before you can point that out, Rod kind of reminding themselves what the point of the whole exercise is, will start to breathe slower and slower. Make sure that this is intentional, that whatever connection they are starting to feel with the cosmos around them is funneled into decisive strokes rather than letting that instinct take over.
Keep at it. I'm certain it will help ahead.
I don't see what I'm doing. You know that if I'm used to seeing the dark, I just know what I'm doing. Am I succeeding?
You are. But I'm not asking you to see solely. I'm asking you to form the patterns in your mind. To build the connection from your sight to your hand. And to feel the strength of what is needed. Now, I've got 9 more empty canvases here. Whenever you are feeling the need for practice, or feeling nervous, use my pints. Fill these canvases.
Rod opens their eye and looks at Xoruk. Thank you. This is something I think I needed.
Yeah. I think I need something too. I'll be back. Check on your progress.
Sure. What do you need?
And when I first arrived on this ship, when I first met Kazador and Hakka, I told them a bit of advice, a bit of wisdom that is very commonly known out here, to make your intentions known, your purpose known. I didn't realize at the time, but I was foolish, because I was certainly not following my own advice. I was lost for a good long while, but for the first time, maybe ever, I know I'm found, and I need to make that purpose known, stated. Out here, getting lost means you don't last very long. And I intend to do just that. Last as long as I can.
Sounds like a good idea. I think that's what we all want, don't we?
I, in truth, don't think I did. But I do now.
Rod tilts their head at you at that. What do you mean you didn't know?
I've been skilled at taking lives and protecting those who need protecting for a long time. I never really had a reason to fight. Just seemed the most convenient, or it was expected of me. Now I find myself finally at a crossroads where I know that I need to live. I have something to live for.
Rod stands up and goes to hug Xoruk.
Xoruk will look a little confused before returning the hug.
Xoruk, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no!
22.
When you hug, this is one of the first times that someone has been in prolonged physical contact with Rod in the game. And as you kind of hold each other, as you kind of embrace, there is a cold feeling that enters your chest, Xoruk. Akin to an emptiness. You felt necrotic magic before, and there are a lot of different ways that necrotic magic can manifest. It can drain liquid, it can drain energy, it can drain time, it can drain physicality, strength. You feel almost like your life force, just for a moment, is tugged at.
Xoruk will understand that even Rot doesn't fully understand the full breadth of their magic, let alone how to control it, so we'll kind of give Rot the benefit of the doubt that it's just that. But we'll warmly embrace Rot.
Now, this does serve as somewhat of a convenient distraction to keep you from practice, doesn't it? Get back to it.
Yeah. Okay, yes, I will.
He smiles. And then
You don't see Rod's face, but you see the smile in their eye as they sit back with the canvas.
And Xoruk is going to beeline it directly to wherever Kazador is.
You find Kazador in one of the 2 engine rooms.
Captain,
Xoruk,
I have a moment to speak.
of course.
I would make my words known to you.
Go on.
When we first met, I told you that the only way to survive in this place is to make sure that your intentions are known. Belief is not enough. You have to know, truly know, what your intentions are. Otherwise you fall in. I fear I've been somewhat hypocritical, because that advice seems sound, and it seems assuredly that you've taken it, of course, but I'm not certain I've ever followed it myself. At least not out here. I experienced something when we were resting in that lodge on Sigil. It's made me change a few things. You trusted me despite a bender of addictions overclouding my mind, and I believe that gave me a point of clarity that when we rested that night, well, I spoke to someone that I thought would take a lifetime to speak to. My god. Or at least the god of my people.
Earthamon?
Yes.
How is this possible?
I don't know. And in truth, it has not escaped my mind that it could have been an illusion, a trick of my mind, or something horrible. It attempted to guise it, but it didn't matter. Whether it's true or not, the god did not have answers for me. But instead, it made me realize that I had to ask certain questions of myself. And now that I have more of an answer. So if you will indulge me, in an ancient Githzerai ritual, I wish to make my purpose known. And I know none other to be more appropriate to hear it than Commodore Rain.
Kazador looks behind him to, like, the churning thing of bile that sort of powers this thing. Perhaps this is something for a different location.
The location doesn't matter.
Very
What
well.
matters is that you hold me to my path. That I make my intention known aloud, so that it cannot be doubted by myself.
Then, by all means, man, speak it.
I am Xoruk of Shra'kt'lor. I will not give into the old ways. I will not live to avoid conflict as the Githzerai do. I will not live to create conflict as the Githyanki do. I have spoken to my god. And while he did not have the answers that I sought, he inspired a change in me. In life, I suppose, there's the great question I have not been able to answer. What manner of form does my life take? Should it take? And I think I've come across an answer. Life, at least for me, it cannot be one of pure peace and comfortability. And likewise, it cannot be one of constant fight and growth. Balance, it would seem, would be the only logical step to define it in a pattern or shape. But that doesn't satisfy me yet. Balance is too vague a methodology to help, not me, but my people. And I believe, Kazador, that is my intention. I must believe for my people that these questions are worth asking. I must show them that the shapes that they have formed, the patterns that they see, are a cage that smothers them and kills them slowly. And to show them this, I must write down these questions that have allowed me to better understand the world or space around me. A manuscript set to engage their minds at their own pace in their own time, if they so choose. And hopefully they will ask the same questions or similar ones that I have asked myself. And seek answers. Forge new shapes for their lives based on their own needs and their own desires. Not mine. This is my intention. To write down these questions for the sake of my people and any people who need to ask them of themselves. And with that, I will need your help, Kazador.
Very well. You've spoken these words to me, made your intentions known. And in spite of all of the changes, all of the ripples, inevitably come with living, I think one thing hasn't changed.
People look curiously.
My faith in you, Xoruk of Shra'kt'lor. You will do these things, and I believe that you can. That is a truth that resonates within me.
A tear will roll down his face as he kind of skips a breath for a moment. Thank you, Kazador. I am here now, a deeply inspired Gith. One who will no longer fear what fear will do to him once it arrives. And one who finally knows what he wants. He will bow.
Kazador will smile and nod. He'll hold a hand out for a good forearm shake.
He'll give it.
Excellent.
Then
let's go look some devils in the eye.
One more than others, I suppose. But I will let you get ready. And he will make his leave. And then beeline it directly towards Vex.
A clasp of forearms between the two of you signifies a now spoken understanding and agreement. Xoruk, you find Vex, funny enough, on the top deck with Hakka, where the two of them are in the opposite positions from the first time you met each other. Vex standing slightly closer to the ship, and Hakka facing them, looking towards you.
Vex, do you have a moment?
Vex will turn to look at Xoruk. That I do. How can I be?
Vex will immediately notice Xoruk's eyes are a little red and puffy, but he doesn't seem sad.
They're gonna quirk a brow and tilt their head a little to the side. Something the matter?
No. Opposite, in fact. I'd like to speak to you, if you have a moment.
Vex is gonna turn and look at Hakka and...
Oh, I forgot something in my room. I'll be right back. As Hakka just waddles to here. Just
Hakka,
out.
you waddle in, and you actually find Marine, who's leaning on the wall, and she goes, "Hey, Oh, I was gonna look cool when Xoruk came in and say something to him because I noticed he was. Hey, you okay?
Shh. Something is happening.
Okay.
Hakka's stealth is shit, so you can very clearly just see that his snout is peeking out and the tip of his tail is peeking out.
I think immediately after you see one of Marine's braids just kind of like swing in the doorway as well.
Yep. Anyway, continue.
Well, I think that answers that question.
They kind of look around, pretending not to see Hakka, but he doesn't seem to care.
Yeah.
I wanted to speak truth.
Don't you always?
I thought I did.
What changed?
Everything but you, Vex. I have seen worlds at this point, beyond definable beauty. I have seen stars so rare they have no names in any tongue. I have experienced such joys and such decimating sorrows, yet they're all the people I have met, places I have gone, and experiences I have embraced. The sea of change has never touched you. But there's only been one Vex. One beating heart forged with an indomitable spirit such as yours. Amidst the rolling and infinite tides of the cosmos, your presence alone has guided me to where I stand here now. Not just on this ship, but this spot where I know I am a changed son of Gith. My gratitude for your patience and your tenderness has granted me a treasure that I shall forever hold near to me. And while I am certain you still have many questions that need answering, and many skulls that need bashing in the hells, please know that I, Xoruk of Shra'kt'lor, will forever be at your side, so long as you shall have me there. Through any heaven or hell, any place near or far. This I vow to you beneath these sacred stars with my very last thought, Vex Alibaster.
There will be a pause. It's one of clear processing before they will take... I know there's not much space between them, but whatever space is between them. Step ever so closer and will hold both of their hands out as if to ask to take his.
You will give them.
Hakka pogs and faces buried, just like, oh!
Marine has the stoniest expression you've ever seen on her.
Oh. We'll unpack that later.
If this is true, then let me ask you one more thing before I share my thoughts. Xoruk.
Of course.
Is this what freedom means to you?
You know me better than I thought I knew myself. You're right. I've never been one to stand fast with commitments of any form. But you've given me the freedom to choose. And I choose to be at your side, Vex.
Then so long as I draw breath, you will always find a place here. Through heaven or hell, thick or thin, rain or shine. Shall you decide that this is what you seek, you will always have a place here. Should the time come where you decide this no longer serves you, well, certainly I will find myself at a loss. I will understand, as that has always been your nature.
For the first time in my life, I'm certain that won't happen, Vex. Whether it's in hell or somewhere else, I'm with you to the end.
They'll offer him a smile, very genuine smile. Squeeze both of his hands.
Now, I'm certain we have much preparations to still do before a harrowing practice and an even more harrowing venture ahead. But I needed to make my self known to you.
Let me be very clear. Regardless of what happens moving forward, there will be another side. And they offered like a kind of, it's almost got a bit of humor to it, but there's a sense of confidence in the smile. As they say, when we do reach the other side of this, we will make it. And we will both be on the other side. And that is my intention.
I will. See you on the other side, Vex.
Or else. And they offer him like a big grin.
He'll smile and nod before making his way back into the ship to go back to his position.
Marie, thank you for helping me find that.
Yeah, thank
very
you for
important
carrying
thing.
that box with me into the.
Yeah. Oh, Xoruk, nice to see you.
He'll just smile and
Xoruk.
he'll smile towards Marine and head back to his post.
Vex is gonna crack an eyebrow at Hakka.
Hakka, before you walk outside, Marine places a hand on your shoulder. You keep them alive, all right?
If there's one thing I'm good at, it's making sure people stay alive when they need to. I'll die trying. Don't you worry.
Then I'll have to trust you with that.
I promise.
Hakka would hold out a hand.
Marine will give you the Gith shake, the
Yeah,
forearm
yeah.
one. Good luck. Hakka, baby.
So, warding the ship, yes. Warding, yes.
Hakka does some over dramatized like stretches, like
Yes.
So,
Warding.
for the... Oh, go ahead.
no,
Vex
that's
is
it.
just gonna. I'll be very brief, I promise.
Yeah,
Vex
yeah,
just
yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah.
shoots Hakka a look with a quirked eyebrow and a smirk. I hear you had to assist Marine and
Oh yeah,
what
yeah.
was it,
We
carrying something?
yes, a very important box. For the trip. Yeah, very important.
I see.
There's no insight is not needed. He heard everything.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, you mentioned that Vex could see the snout poking out.
Yeah, and the
so,
tail.
like-
Yep.
Yep.
For
That
what
was
it's
it.
worth.
Thank you.
For what it's worth, I'm proud of you too.
For what?
The openness.
I'm sure you understand. But when you are faced time and time again with a sense of rawness, a sense of vulnerability, whether intentional or not, there's always a freeing feeling. You get to choose when and where and how you retain that openness and vulnerability. It's far, far more empowering to be honest when that honesty matters. When you have the ability to do so, why not? And to be perfectly honest, Hakka, after all this, after time and time, quite literally, being handed situation after situation, knowledge after knowledge, where my sense of being has been nothing but a carpet swiped out from under my own feet. I don't know about you. I have nothing left to lose by hiding in the shadows.
The boldness, the audaciousness, the temerity. You're gonna be fine.
Or else. And they just kind of smile at that.
All right, let's protect the ship.
I got your 6.
Does anyone else have a scene that they would like to do before we practice, quote unquote?
I don't know, Citric, could you start painting?
I do want to really quickly say good scenes all around, shaking hands.
Oh yeah, fucking
yeah.
amazing scenes all around. I'm a drop because I already dropped one with Rot and Xoruk. Xoruk, get an extra one, and then one for Vex and for Kazador as well.
Yippee!
Oh, and you know what? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, one for Hakka for the earlier scene with the wife.
Yeah!
Yeah.
And for the snoot.
Wife's
My wife. Well, I have no idea where she is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been thinking, or I think for practice, for the sake of having the practice, rather than put you in the situation and you all choose in the moment, I'm going to really quickly go down the group and we will discuss the most effective way for you to go through the challenges that you will be facing, and that will kind of represent because even though it is like a little bit harrowing, you all are skilled enough, you have a skilled enough pilot, skilled enough crew, and enough hands on deck that the likelihood of crashing is so minuscule it isn't really worth running through the practice. What is worth running through the practice is everyone figuring out their role and their position as this is happening. So I'm gonna go down the list. Hakka, what as things would be like, as you would be traveling through the atmosphere, there would be bits of like asteroid debris and that kind of thing that would kind of be rocketing towards the ship as the ship is, even though it's like with the sails out trying to slow, because you have NPCs on the sails, they are neither going to help nor hinder things. You have enough NPCs that they don't hinder anything, but you don't have anyone there that will make it so that they're specifically assisting with avoiding anything like this. So as these things are hurtling towards you, what would Hakka do?
So Hakka, and this does not look like his typical magic at all. He would be like, channeling with his arms and stuff, but it's a very different sort of red, almost gooey like magic. Vex, you would notice that Hakka's eyes kind of like lull back into his head as he casts telekinesis, and he just begins moving debris out of the way.
Yeah. I'm gonna have you roll a wisdom check. You have Vex here to assist you with this part, like both stabilizing you, helping
advantage
things out, that kind of thing. So with advantage.
15. Ugh.
15. The shell and like the tentacles, there are a couple that like, smaller ones that ping off the side. Nothing serious, but it is the sort of, you do feel like this is a very solid method for you to do that. And that is absolutely what we'll be going with when you do the actual test. So awesome, perfect. That is Vex. Is Vex doing anything, or are you just like, if this is the kind of thing where creative and interesting solutions I will absolutely reward, but if you can't think of anything, I do have just a check for each of these roles. So be creative, but if you can't think of anything, just a check.
So for clarity, you say that it is a practice, right?
Yes.
When we think about practice, right? When we think about what we're practicing for, what the intention is, I would say that this is a case where, things like spells and resources, whatnot, are going to be reserved. But there is something that Vex wants to try. Because if we're about to dive into Styx, there is a bit, what they believe, whether this is true or not, I leave that in your hands. But they believe there is an unknown variable here, and that is because we understand that in, the flavor text of how their warlock tome works, right?
Yes, yeah.
They're concerned of what may happen if they just, summon souls around the river Styx. I think there would be a moment where Vex nothing more than a cantrip, right? It wouldn't be one of the resources that they would actually utilize. For example, like Chill Touch or Toll the Dead, right? There isn't really a target, but it's the simple act of focus, maintaining it. What is that connection that they have between the spirit being summoned? How strong is it? Really, if you want that to be like a concentration check for funsies, we can go with that.
Is just for what you're doing right here is, because you're not next to the Styx right here, but you are close enough in proximity to where the Styx is pouring into the Eye of Doom that there is still enough of a presence for the Styx that there could be something here. So I'd like you to roll me a charisma check.
Sure, absolutely. Flat 10.
Flat 10. Keeping it?
No.
No.
Thank you for asking.
I just imagined the Bugs Bunny meme, but with Vex. No.
11.
Oh my god.
I'll say again, keeping it?
Yeah, I think for the purposes of this, yes.
You don't know what it will do. So I'll say the 11 does get you an additional piece of information, because it is above 10. 10 being the baseline minimum. So what you can determine is that because of your distance from the Styx, you feel you're not able to accurately ascertain what the changes will happen, how it will actually manifest in those moments. However, there is almost a slightly more tangible nature to your magic. Your magic has a sort of ethereal, spectral, because while it is from the Dread Realms and it does have that connection, there is also the way that it connects to you. There is a certain, because of undeath, there's a certain note of the ethereal plane here as well, which is currently what the Styx is busting through to pour into the Eye of Doom. And you feel almost a slightly more tangible nature to your magic. It feels more almost solid or concrete than it normally would.
Okay.
That take from that what you will, but it will definitely you think there is a chance that if you use your warlock magic, it has a chance to be different in some way. You do not quite know if it's more powerful, but it does kind of feel that way.
That makes sense. Thank you for entertaining me on that front.
Yeah. And that I think while you're practicing, because the holding Hakka there is not as pressing in this moment, it's not as drastic. I think that is where that is what you are able to ascertain during this practice.
That makes sense.
Cool. Kazador.
Huh?
Because we're doing the practice right now. There is just a skill check, but you are spell jamming at the moment, and as Marine dictates, there is going to need to be, and the way that and we will run through this now for both you and Rot, actually. I think I'll kind of run through the two of you at a similar time, since both of you are being guided in spell jamming at the moment. Marine doesn't really know magic, but what Marine does know is piloting a spell jammer, and will tell you what she needs to happen with the engine during the 3 portions of this. She is going to need a slow, consistent amount of magic initially, a massive burst of magic, like an incredible burst of magic, and then lastly a much larger but shorter period of powerful magic. So in between the first and the second, if you can imagine, there's going to be almost like hitting brakes initially, huge burst of NOS, and then afterburners. So that is, you guys get the flow of how this will go. It is up to you, and we can discuss now if you have any questions, how you apply your magic during those 3 periods and how much that will help.
Just for clarification, the stations we're going to be at, how are we connecting with the ship, I guess?
Then that is also kind of up to you. There is a location on these engines where you can just step up to it and almost grip, and just it channels the magic through it. There is a spot on here for it's slightly high up because it's meant for floating illithids, that kind of thing, but it is a place that converts psychic energy in their case, but also magical energy into the kinetic energy for the ship. And it is, I think, if we're looking on the map physically, just really quickly, it's probably here in this engine, and then over here on this engine. So I will place you in front of, but it is up to you how you wish to. If, like, besides that, you can, like, stand in the puddle and, like, rot it over. Like, you can do whatever you want here. Like, there's a absolute creativity as far as, like, how you want to apply your magics and this during this time.
Before we connect to the machine or, like, take our stations, what will look at Kazador? I think I am up to task to do this. I don't know if I'll be the best at it, but I will follow your lead. Whatever you do, I'll try to copy it.
Well, in this particular circumstance, I think we're actually in a similar boat, pardon the pun. This is my first time doing this as well. So, we're going to figure it out together.
Alrighty. Rod will come closer to the station and try to figuring out how to connect. Not fully confident on like touching it themselves. You see how the white tendrils start spreading from Rod and taking grab of the different spots where magic is supposed to be input. So a web basically extends from them.
As a, like, web, a series of spindly tentacles begin to connect you and the engine. Because of the nature of this and the nature of the ship, there is a almost empathic connection you share with the ship currently. And you feel a lock form between your magic and the magic of the ship, a binding of some kind while you are currently connected. There's a direct route line of energy between you and it.
That Rod would close their eye and try to figure the rhythm.
The break into the quick turn, the burst of energy into the consistent blast of energy needed to rush against the waters of the Styx as Marine kind of leads you through it. You get into the flow. All of you practice it a few times in the atmosphere of this planet. You feel that it directly relates to the amount of magic you put in, but you also feel, and this is for you as well, Kazador, that the kind of magic you put in can also change the way that the engine reacts to it. That the actual spells themselves that you convert into magical energy affect the flow of the ship. Is there anything you, Rot, or you, Kazador, wish to test or ask before moving on to the main event?
Kazador wants to try seeing what transmuting his spell will do.
So what are you transmuting, and then what are you, like, it's the spell, and then what are you transmuting to, from and to?
I think just yeah, I think just playing it very safe, very middle of the road right now. Kazador will be using Cone of Cold.
but he will transmute it to electricity. He'll transmute it to lightning.
Clever reading of your surroundings. You feel that specifically electricity does have a empowering effect, more so than the other. As you practice it a couple times, testing it electricity versus a different type of energy, you think it has something to do with your knowledge of both just sciences and understanding and being a smart person. The way that information passes through a brain, through a body, through a nervous system is through electrical signals. And by mimicking that, by already having it be electric as you're pouring magic into it, it supercharges the speed at which the energy is transferred. You think that when it comes to the burst of magic and the afterburners, electricity will definitely assist you.
Uh-huh.
In order to charge the spells through the machine, do they have through the Nautiloid? Do they all have to be damaging spells, or can they be other types of spells?
Not at all. They can be whatever you want, and it will have different effects. This is a very spell jamming, and this era it is very belief based, right? So that is what we're running with. The belief of the spell that you're putting in will affect how the actual thing goes, and this is very much going to be a skill challenge, not a technical challenge in that sense. So having creative uses of spells will affect how the ship flows into and surpasses this.
Mm-hmm. Because there is one I could use. A lot of what Rod does is connected either with necrotic energies or the ground. Right here, right now, they are trying to just hold their magic, I guess, by itself, distilled from themselves in order to achieve this. Thinking just of the eye, the training went. The one I want to try to channel through it is reverse gravity.
Reverse gravity, specifically for the first. Do you try it for the first part, the second part, or the third part?
For the burst.
For the burst. Roll me a wisdom with advantage, because this is understanding how it affects the magic.
Mm-hmm. With advantage. That's 21.
Got it. 21. You think that this, because of the way that reverse gravity works, it has an alteration on the way that physics applies in some capacity in the situation. Localized warping of the actual laws of physics. You think either during or both, either or both during the first section when you were needing to slow the ship and during the quick turn, that would definitely behoove you.
Right. But we feel satisfied with that, knowing that it has something in their hand for this.
Lastly, but certainly not leastly, Xoruk, up in the top observation deck. Is there anything... Yeah, go ahead, take it away.
Xoruk, kind of surrounded by his own personal paintings and kind of strange bits of wisdom he has written himself in his language, will kind of scattered around the entire room, making a little bit of a mess, but one that isn't altogether chaotic. It's organized for him. And he will fold his legs together, begin to levitate ever so slightly off of the ground. And he's going to allow his telepathic feature, as well as his psionic nature as the Githzerai, to connect to the ship and see as the ship sees. But on top of that, anyone connecting to the ship as well, he will give them the relevant pieces of information through sight, through smell, through hearing that is required for them to work their station.
I would like you to roll me a wisdom, charisma, or intelligence, whichever you prefer, with advantage. The advantage being you already have a very adept understanding of psychic connections, and this is a very creative way of using both the ship and your skills to your advantage. And I think everyone for the first time, you are given almost too much information from Xoruk. There is a constant feed of the ship's experience being fed into everyone. And on the second pass, Xoruk, you learn to feed it to others reactively as they need it, not across the board to everyone at all times. And it becomes almost like kind of a game where you are picking and choosing where your mind needs to focus, both looking out and where you need to give that information. There is a highly technical and skilled aspect to this that you think you are absolutely able to apply.
All right, that's what Xoruk will do.
As you are doing that, you do notice that as you are launching inwards and both during the turn, that in the wake of the ship there is a pull, like a psychic pull, and asteroids and other pieces of debris almost start following in the wake of the ship, being pulled after it. And as you turn, it's somewhere where, because Hakka and Vex have to get into the ship quickly during the turn, and it's also at an angle where they can't do anything, there's a period where that debris will go after the ship, will like kind of ping off the ship during the turn. What do you do?
He's going to connect specifically with a bit more intention focused towards Marine, and allow this, kind of approaching obstacle to be better seen and felt as though Marine's body was the ship for a moment.
As you're connecting to Marine, you feel something that you have not really felt in other Githzerai, or Githyanki, or Gith in general. She operates in this strange center area of not really being part of either of the two major groups. But even so, the denizens of the Gnosis cluster and other Gith uniters that you've met, they still have a lot of psychic abilities. But as you connect to Marine seems to only have akin to like Vex, where they can connect to the ship psychically, but it isn't through any inherent nature. It is through the ship itself, the ship's energy, the ship's power. And you notice that Marine does not seem to have the psychic connection to the ship that you would expect a Gith to. And almost making up for that, connecting to her and filling in that shortcoming that she has, there is a wave of appreciation and almost relief, like someone experiencing a sense that they haven't experienced in a really long time. Kind of the same feeling that people who are colorblind, seeing color for the first time, get to feel, where Marine has more of a psychic awareness than you think maybe she ever has, as you assist her, as you bridge between her and the ship more so. And quickly she adapts to it, turning the ship in the last second, avoiding some of the debris heading towards it. And you definitely feel that both your connection with the ship and your connection with Marine becomes smoother with each practice. After a couple run-throughs, Marine, through the assistance of Xoruk, projects through the ship. All right, don't know if we're going to get any more luck after that one. Everyone feeling good? Ready to go?
Let's do it, for real.
All right, 10 minutes, we'll be there. The last moment for any conversations anyone would want before heading into the eye. Vivolazar, right before heading in, would look at, kind of looking at the painting and looking at Xoruk. These are rather beautiful, you know. It is nice to see a mind all their own.
I think my mind has struggled.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I think my mind has struggled to understand the colours and the warmth of, I suppose, what left my hands and onto that canvas. Feelings were there, but the definitions weren't. I suppose there's a sort of strange beauty to that still. Thank you.
Feelings are a powerful thing, and it is clear you have many.
Making up for lost time.
He smiles at you.
Question.
You're gonna say Hakka? Yeah.
Did I use that spell slot for telekinesis?
I will say the spell slot for telekinesis and the spell slot for reverse gravity, they were testing. I will say both for the Cone of Cold, the telekinesis, and the reverse gravity, you were seeing how the magic affected. I will allow all of you to regain that spell slot.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
We go over to the
Because I'm just gonna use it again for the. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. The ship, it's almost like the ship cycles it back into you because it was not fully needed in a moment. Like for the actual reasoning, it's almost like your telekinesis, it's almost like the ship was psychically connecting and almost assisting you.
That felt weird.
And because it probably did feel pretty weird. All right. Now, I would like to, but really quickly checking that we're all good to do the skill challenge now, and then
I'm good.
Yeah.
Let us commence forth.
Anybody else? Just
Let's
make
do
sure.
it.
Sure.
All right.
Let's go. As the ship begins to slowly move towards the sails out, breaks in full, but a lurching takes the ship. A stretching feeling, a weight deep within you being pulled towards that star. What was a star? The Eye of Doom. And now, as the ship begins to slowly pick up speed, the sails fluttering, the groaning against the ship, you hear the kind of calls from down below echoing as Zaya and Esmeralda basically dictate Nat and Kina to hold fast and lock down. Marine connects to everyone. Right, we're gonna need those brakes. Gonna need you to look out. And we're coming in on asteroids. And I'm gonna start with our Spelljammers.
Boost.
Boost. All right, so how are you doing for the part where you're going in and you're wanting to slow the ship as much as possible? What are you doing?
So where is the thrust coming from the ship, basically?
So the thrust comes from basically psychic energy from the tentacles. So normally they pull the space in front of them and drag the ship along. Right now they're pushing and trying to slow the ship, almost like pressing on space in front of them. But you feel like it doesn't have as much grip like it normally does because space is literally being pulled into the Eye of Doom. It almost feels like the ship is slowly gaining speed still, even though you're on full brake, because it is not able to push back on space because the space is not fully there.
I think for this, I
will spend a level 4 spell slot, and I will cast Scorching Ray. The idea is that each of the rays will act as like a sort of little burst of psychic power, like you know, I don't know what they're called, but they're like little jets that like will help people,
like adjustment jets. Yeah.
So just to help the ship go.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So I'm gonna need you to roll me
Stabilizers.
an Arcana
That's
check.
the
Stabilizers. That's it. Yeah, thank you, Zen. It's going to need. I'm gonna need an Arcana check, and I'm gonna want you to add a +4 because you were using a 4th level spell slot, and it is actively beneficial.
Arcana check +4. That is a 23.
Just barely making it with the +4, as you feel. Even though that you are doing what is likely a very smart and correct action here, it is just the pull of the Eye of Doom. It's almost like it's sucking the magic and not giving you as much burst as you want, but you pump a little extra power into there, and these bursts of magic acting like stabilizers. The ship goes from shaking, all of you kind of like vibrating, to stabilizing enough to no longer jittering, to being a bit more solid as you go in, giving everyone else a little bit more control over their actions. Rot, what are you doing?
I think Kazador take the lead with the fire magic. You see how Rot starts to like shimmer and like the usual pale green light that they are able to pull out of themselves. It looks different. This looks more like phosphorus fire as they go with a 6th level vesture of flame.
Ooh.
Hell yeah. All right, I'm gonna need you to
double
roll me. Go ahead.
Oh, just say to double down the fire and give extra power to the ship.
Got it. So it is for this one. It is a powerful thing. The fire is, because the fire was used in a specific way for Scorching Ray. It had the full effect. Yours is a big burst of power, and it is kind of going off of Kazador's. So I'm going to need you to roll a painting check, your spell jamming check, +3, so half of the spell slot that you use, because it is still effective, but not exactly effective.
Alrighty, the attribute for the painting utensils, what's the main stat?
So it can either be wisdom or dexterity, whichever you feel you are using more. Like, is it more, like, are you closing your eyes and doing it more instinctual, or are you, like, actually physically trying to paint the magic with your control over your body?
Actually, I think I'm going to go with Dex for this one.
Heck yeah.
So let's try it. Yeah. Oh, cancel here. Sorry, just...
It's okay, take your time.
Sorry, just fiddling something here.
You are all good.
That's 13 plus.
13 plus 3. So you're 15 or 16. So it's hitting the 15 DC. So you are not specifically helping, but you're not hindering here. There is a burst of magic, and it is adding to the slowing, but you feel almost control slipping away. Like you are having a little bit of trouble focusing the magic itself. There's that anxiety that's starting to creep in. Oh no, I don't have control. Oh no, what if I put too much in? What if I put too little in? And that second, more so than you not being skilled, it's the second guessing that's causing the little blips in your magic. So you're still good, nothing bad happens, but there is that anxiety that maybe starts to creep in. It's your character. I'm not telling you what your character feels, but perhaps.
So we both roll really low.
Yeah, it is not you know, good thing y'all have good modifiers.
Yeah.
Let's head up to, as you all are heading in, to provide more information for the people on the front deck. I'm gonna go with Xoruk.
Yes.
Is it just are we keeping with perception check, or do you want to do the wisdom? It is either a perception check, not with advantage, or wisdom check with advantage as you are attempting to do the communication.
We'll keep the wisdom. I think he is more, again, trusting all of his senses, not just searching for one.
Yep. I like that.
23. Woo!
23. There is a satisfying feeling that comes with perfectly executing a difficult task, with providing the information at just the right time for each of the people. You feel the ship lurch as it barely scrapes by a big asteroid that was too heavy for Xoruk, or not Xoruk, for Hakka to be able to move with the telekinesis. You feel Marine pull the ship and just manage to eke it out of the way. There's a scrape sound as it just hits the bottom, but the information you're providing is without a doubt assisting. And we're gonna go to the top deck. Hakka. You feel, because of both the rocketing in feeling, but also the Eye of Doom, you're strangely stable as you're heading in at the moment, because you're both being pulled in by the eye and launched backwards by the momentum. But also, Vex having your back is absolutely assisting. So before actually we get to your telekinesis, Hakka, because that is going to be a very important thing, but everything else is kind of leading up to that. Whether or not you're stable, whether or not Vex holds you correctly. So Vex, on you. What are you doing?
So I think I would like to, very similarly to what we had used before, right? Use the ensnaring strike, I believe it was, using the vines of the ensnaring strike, attacking, if necessary, the floor sort of around Hakka.
Yeah, I imagine you like raising up the hammer, like vines curling up like the rose patterns on your armor around the hammer, and as you slam it down, these vines expand around you, wrapping around Hakka's ankles.
Exactly, and I would like to get that set up in advance and prepare concentration.
All right, I will say that is absolutely, you are doing that. So Hakka, there is no additional check needed from you because Vex is holding you in place while this is happening. Because otherwise there would be a check needed to basically stay on the deck while you're still doing the telekinesis. But Vex,
I'm sorry, I missed
locks
it.
you down with the vines.
Yeah, what is Vex doing specifically? Because I have a pitch.
Vex,
if you don't
describe
have...
it. I would like Vex to describe it because
Okay.
So
I have a pitch if you don't, but yeah.
So, no, I did. I just had to unmute myself.
Yeah.
So Vex is, mechanically speaking, going to attack the floor around you and use ensnaring strike. What that looks like visually, right? What that looks like visually is there is a moment where Vex literally strikes the ground at your feet. You see this almost burst, like you know how sometimes in special effects you'll see that flash as like weapon hits ground or weapon hits weapon, right? But that flash is this bright, radiant green and gold, and from the ground, literally coming up from the ship, rose thorns and vines just crawl up your legs without doing damage, and and effectively hold you in place like almost like you know how like the straps on like a snowboard like lock your feet in place. That's essentially what they're doing.
I have a weird pull, but it's like if you've ever been to Disneyland and the actors on the parade vehicles, they're chained in place so they don't fall off.
So they don't fall off.
Yep.
In regards to you, Vex, though, I just realized that this is not plant growth, which for some reason my brain was confusing plant growth and ensnaring strike. This is ensnaring strike, which is on Hakka. You still need to hold on. So I'm going to need an
Correct.
athletics check from you.
Because well, here's my question. Because with that said, plant growth, oh no, casting time is 1 action. Okay.
1 action.
So
there is
I would
a
actually
longer
rather
casting time for if you're doing the like infusing the plant growth into the land.
And it's a 100-foot radius. So if you don't mind, actually, I'm gonna cover this entire deck. Like 100
you
feet.
cover the deck and almost the shells as well. Like it begins to like almost ivy or vines curl around the actual shells. You see it wrapping and binding the sails so that the pieces of astral wood that are holding the actual sails in place, the star sails in place, they actually get reinforced from the vines. And if you spend both the Ensnaring Strike and the plant growth, no check necessary.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I'm the only reason I didn't was because I saw the 8 hours on the casting time. But if I can use I can use it for an action, then absolutely we'll use.
Absolutely, you can. Cool. I just it was either going to be Ensnaring Strike and check or plant growth and Ensnaring Strike, and cool, that works perfectly. So Hakka, you feel secure as shit as the telekinesis magic begins to flow through you, and these asteroids, these stones, are rocketing towards you.
Yeah. I'm gonna fucking move them.
All right, I'm gonna need your intelligence check with advantage because you have as much assistance from the rest of the party as possible.
Hebushki. I'm gonna use a hero point.
Absolutely, still with advantage.
Hebushki. I'm gonna use a hero point.
Absolutely, still with advantage.
I'm gonna use a hero point.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, brothers!
Oh, for fuck's sake!
It said 14. It told you 14.
I'm gonna use a hero point.
Guidance.
Fuck yeah.
There it is.
There we go. Soft 20.
You did it.
I mean,
Jesus
yeah,
Christ. I went from 6 to 2.
Hero points that's what they're there for, and B, there's a reason y'all stock up. Because when you need a check to work, that's what you do.
Shades of Baldur's Gate.
Because I'll be real with you, Thero. This is not a skill challenge to fuck up on.
No, first of all, did that succeed? Because if it didn't, I will use another hero point.
No, it does. 20
Okay,
succeeds. 20 succeeds.
Okay.
There are way more than you were expecting. As you head in, there is almost a bad timing. It's nothing. It's not like a choice. It's not like a bad decision that Marine made. It's as you all are heading in, there was a large asteroid that was kind of in orbit in the same vein, and there was no real reason for you to avoid it because it was just kind of on orbit. But as it passes by the Styx, something that no one could have predicted, it almost begins to crumble, as if the Styx itself eats away its integrity, and it begins to shatter and turn into a rain of smaller asteroids. So it goes from almost a clear shot to tons at once. And Hakka, you let out that primal as you just begin to tear through the air.
Hakka is out on the front of the deck, flailing like one of those car inflatable tube men.
Yeah, wacky tube inflatable
flailing
man.
Each movement, trying to move an asteroid. It is.
You are almost
crazy.
just from the physical amount you're having to move your arms to move things out of the way. You were growing physically tired from this.
Yeah.
But all of you
odd.
were successful as the ship careens in, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a spray of water, a mist, is being sucked out of the ether itself. And as this torrent of water is directly in front and the ship is arcing into a drift to turn into it, we're going to need the 2 people on deck to get in the ship.
Okay. I assume you drop concentration.
You drop concentration, yeah? We're waiting for unmute. We have a little bit of a technical thing at the moment, but we're all good. But
let me double check because I'm not certain there is concentration on plant growth.
Well, you can still just dismiss it if you want.
Yeah, it is your spell, so you can dismiss it.
Let me double check really quick.
Please dismiss it. Please.
No, Hakka is just here forever.
I mean,
Yeah, you're here forever.
okay, so technically speaking, Hakka could just get himself out if we're talking words as written, because technically speaking, the spell just says that plants grow. That's the spell for plant growth,
It does
right?
say a creature moving through the area must spend 4 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves.
Oh, there it is.
Oh god.
So there is the aspect of it is hard to go across the plant growth and it is still possible, but you would need to do something else create. There is no way with the plant growth currently and the amount of time you have to turn to get with the plant growth without doing something else.
I have an idea.
Yeah, now is time for the something else.
I was gonna say I could. Are we both of us need to go inside?
Yep, both need to go inside.
I can fly.
Well,
I'm gonna need you to roll me. It is just an athletics check to pick up Hakka and like drag full big lizard armored adamantine plated Hakka.
It's worth a try. If this doesn't work, I'll drop the spell.
Yeah, if this doesn't work, but no, absolutely, I like it because the plants are offering cushioning to the ship right now.
Right. You see the vision. You see the vision.
The HOA's gonna be so mad.
You said athletics?
Athletics.
21.
21. So right now, this is a base DC 20 challenge. So to succeed on these checks, it is above a 20. Unless something goes wrong and then it increases the DC. If you roll between 15 and 20, you don't hinder. That is just currently mechanically what's happening. 21 succeeds. As you lift Hakka up and go rocketing towards the doors, using the angle that you're at and the timing, you blast in through the dock doors, and Hakka, as Vex kind of sets you down and almost goes skidding from the momentum of rocketing in, you turn and slam the doors shut.
I can do that with telekinesis.
Yeah, easily. As you're turning, just with the telekinesis, there's the heavy doors shutting and a sealing sound as it hisses shut. Xoruk, I need you to roll me a perception check. Because you are doing the thing. You are already doing the thing where you're like providing all the information to everyone. But I do need you to roll me a perception.
27.
It is 29 actually, because of Avolazar is there assisting you with specific
natural 20.
visual. So natural 20, 29. As you are turning, you see something in the water that is not flying towards you, almost is waiting in the shallows of the current that you are now turning into. As you take presence in the ship, as you visually see what the ship is experiencing, the ship turns and begins to turn into the water. And there is a serpentine shape coiling upstream of you to where the ship will need to be rocketing towards. And you see this preemptively.
Xoruk will take a steadying breath, open one eye before placing a hand on the psionic gem in his circlet, then allowing his hand to touch the ship. And after releasing that breath, he's going to try and cast Zephyr's Strike onto the ship itself.
Roll me... that is a ranger, so roll me a wisdom check. DC 15 on this specifically.
We'll spit a hero point. There it is.
There it is. You reach out, and because of the practice where you have connected with the ship, because of the time you spent connecting your mind with the presence within the ship, you feel your psyches fuse for a moment, and the spell that you can normally only really cast on yourself begins to lurch the ship forward.
All right, and as the ship moves like the wind until the spell ends, movement does not provoke attack of opportunities.
Hell yeah. The ship begins to turn into a drift, and Marine, as everything else happens independently, calls out to the Spelljammers, "Right, I need that burst now!"
Spelljammers.
Spelljammers.
Kazador, I follow your lead.
Let's go. All right, so now we need
Burst.
Big burst.
Big burst.
You know what? Nothing says big burst of damage quite like the certified Hood Classic Fireball.
Hell yeah.
Fireball! Except I will spend 2 sorcery points to transmute it into a lightning ball.
What level?
Let's go with... Let's go with 5.
5. All right, you got it. I would like you, just for the sake of funsies, roll that damage for me. And before I have you roll a check, I want to know what Rot does.
Let's practice. Rot usually drives a lot of their power with the connection with the ground and what lies beneath, but here in space there is no up, there is no down, there is just them. So they pull all of the power they can into themselves to anchor reality around them, and turning fully black with a white outline, you feel the pulse as they cast reverse gravity.
I would like you to roll me your painting check and then add a +7 to that.
Let's go.
Now, 20 is the DC. 25 will get you an additional effect.
+7. That is exactly 25.
Oh, shit.
5. Exactly. As the power courses through you, this change in perspective that you have, it's just us. There's no up, there's no down. It is just the ship and the people on the ship. And similar to Xoruk, and for a moment the two of you kind of feel each other lost in connection to the ship. There is a pulse of magic from you, and Kazador, you feel that pulse reach out to you as well, connecting your magic directly to the ship. Kazador, I would like you to roll me an Arcana check, +5, DC 20, but a 30 will get you a additional effect, a special additional effect.
Oh.
The 25 was to get this option for you.
I will roll damage foremost.
Hell yeah.
That is 33 lightning. And...
All right.
Remind me what checks I need to make.
It is an Arcana check +5. It is a DC 20, but a DC 30 will get you an additional effect.
Right. +5. That's a 33.
Ooh, a 33.
Or 38, technically.
38.
God, nearly a 40.
Marine calls out, "All right, I need that burst." And there's almost a slowing that happens as the gravity hits. The ship full turns into the water, and it stops for a moment. Full stops. The torrent of water pushing down on you towards the Eye of Doom, but but the ship, with all the power that's been poured into it, remains obstinate in the flow of the Styx itself. And then, with a crackle of electricity around the ship, it begins to lurch forward, and in a flash, arcs through the water, going upstream against the pull. This serpentine form arcs out of the Styx itself, trying to wrap around you, its beak-like jaw open, as all of you see for the first time a Styx dragon attempt to constrict and restrain the ship. And as that happens, the Zephyr Strike kicks in, the lightning scorching this thing's sides. It lets out a letting go of the ship for the brief moment it tries to wrap around it, and the ship goes launching out, bursting an explosion of water into the plane of infinite portals. In an arc, it lands on top of the Styx and begins to take a slow pace towards Plagueport, a border between the city in the outlands of Plaguemort and the last stop, the last safe stop before Avernus. And that, as you all level up, is where we're going to pick it up next time.
Oh!
Okay, sound off. Who's not dead?
100%. Okay, sound off. Who's not dead? That's where we're leaving the session today. Thank you all for being here.
For running, that was really fun.
Level
I had a blast with that.
Level 17.
Oh my goodness.
Level
Level
17.
17.
Damn.
Well, folks, we are certainly in it now.
In it.
By it,
That was
well,
fucking
just to
awesome,
say,
y'all.
the river Styx.
As you will emerge in the Styx.
Well, we've certainly got our work cut out for us now. We pulled it off. We succeeded on a difficult maneuver.
I mean, y'all are about to enter hell unmarked, unknown. That is a massive benefit to y'all. Well done.
Sneaking into the hells. As for what
Who's crazy enough to attempt that shit?
as for what awaits us on the other side, only Leah knows. But for now, let's go around the horn and take us on out of here. Starting with TheropodArt.
Hello, it's me, TheropodArt. Great eavesdropper on confessions and stuff. It's me, your boy. Y'all know where to find me. Blue Sky, Tumblr for Affinity, Twitch, all TheropodArt, Lizard Fun Bags if you want to see the naughty stuff. If you liked this D&D, come over on Tuesdays. We do the same thing. Different characters, but it's the same thing. It's all connected. Enter the Hakkaverse.
Other than
he's got a few alternate versions, so yeah. Not as much as Spider-Man though. Got to work on that.
Well,
anyway,
there's also a connection with Hakka in where we are in Vecna right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's me. Commissions are closed. Don't bother me. Leave me alone. Bleh.
Excellent. Up next, we've got XanillisGrimm.
Whoa, that's me. I showed everything I got at the beginning of the session, so I won't do it again, but I will say, hey, if no one's told you they love you today, allow me to be the first. I love you very much. Thank you for being patient with us, and thank you for being here. That's me.
Yeah. Up next, we've got Darius. Where can they find you? What are you up to?
You can find me all over the internet at Tixdixl. I tend to be hanging out with friends and other streams. We got some more games, Dispatch on Saturday and Nier on Monday. For anything else, I might post on Blue Sky a little bit of what else I'm doing, and you might see some art coming up. That's me. Thanks for letting me play, and thanks for having me here.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Up next, we've got the Citric King.
Hi, hello. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Citric King. Everywhere being mainly Blue Sky, then all of the other stuff, save for Twitter, which is dead. Not much going on my end because I have a lot in the background, but keep an eye out. Like, you will see stuff like recently, we had the Unexpectables merch designs. If I share stuff like that, you will see I did it. So yeah, that's me, and once again we have to thank our one and only GM.
Amusing Thalia.
I'm here. I'm thankful to be here on Fridays. I'm thankful to be on Vaughn's channel on Sundays. And you can find, if you like the random shit I do, I play video games and have political commentary on my channel on Mondays and Thursdays. So you can come check that out. Thank you all. And I could not do this without our gracious host and the sponsors therein of, Connor McKinley.
That's right. And shortly after this stream, probably about 20 or 30 minutes, I will be booting the stream back up and we'll be playing some Monster Hunter Wilds. Gonna be doing some hunts that I haven't yet completed. Yes. Friends of the channel may show up, but yes. Other than that, tomorrow we got some Gateway, as there's also some pretty crazy stuff happening there as well. That's over on the Unexpectables.
Final dungeon, oh my.
Mm-hmm. But yes. This episode of Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos was brought to you in part by Beard Sorcery.
Beard Sorcery?
That's right, Beard Sorcery. I can't find my Druid's Grove beard cream, but
What? I wonder if they have a Spelljammer cream.
That was Spelljammer oil.
They should just call it Spell Jam.
I definitely.
Oh fuck, that is good.
I think they had like a Mind Flayer, like a Nautiloid sort of scent a while back.
Hell yeah.
It was one of their official D&D ones. Personally, however, their original creations, I am quite fond of. I've got some Paladin's Might beard cream, some Druid's Grove beard cream as well. Goes on your beard at night, so you can wake up with your beard smelling fresh, feeling great, and looking fine. I'm a huge proponent of beard sorcery products, so if you head on over to beardsorcery.com, use code DistortionDevil, you can save 10%. Check out online. As well, check out Bones Coffee Company. That's right, Bones Coffee Company. If you're after some delicious coffee to start off the new year, head on over to Bones Coffee Company. They've got all sorts of fantastic varieties and different forms of coffee as well, from whole beans to canned cold brew. And you can save 10% on your order when you order online when you use code DistortionDevil when you shop at Bones Coffee. And we also couldn't do this week in, week out without bits and subs from viewers like you. Viewers such as Dark Lord Popo. Thank you for the 26 months. Happy belated birthday, Connor. Sorry I missed the birthday stream. Was taking care of my little one who was sick with flu A all day. Ah, that sucks to hear, Dark Lord Popo.
Hope
I
they're
hope
okay.
they get well. Yes,
Yeah.
they get well soon. But yes, the birthday VOD will be going up at some point soon here. I'm thinking about editing down some of like the funnier bits of it and making shorts out of it, but we'll see. But yes. We've also got 100 bits from Zenlita. You became best friends with Xoruk. Xoruk will now die for you.
It's true.
As well
I
as the
love
Trinket
Xoruk.
Witch. Thank you for the follow. And with that, I suppose we gotta go find somebody to raid. Shall we raid?
Thank you all for indulging my love of the random wild space system that is Doomspace. It's just one of my like little niche
Yeah.
D&D favorite things, and I'm glad
Heck
y'all
yeah.
had a fun time with it.
Yeah.
It is
sure.
Fringe Type's birthday today.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
heck yeah,
Well, then we gotta go
birthday
there.
stream.
So let's go ahead and raid Fringe. I almost said Dringe. My fingers of mine's
Dringe.
Tixdixl, thank you for giving
Dringe
me sub
type.
to the Trinket Witch. Fringe type. Our raid message will be, of course, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday from all of us to you. We wish it was our birthday so we could party too.
Hey. All right. Take care, everyone. We will see you next time. But for now, take care and have a goodbye.
I love you. Bye bye.
See you. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Fare thee well.